fucking football game last night. Um, I was watching the Chiefs and the Dolphins last night. It was -9 degrees. I was like, yo, that means it's 9 degrees less than none. Like, 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 how
Like
the
at that
fuck you
point, it's
even
time
deal with
to
that?
pack it in, go home. Like
Yeah,
it's too cold. I'm surprised the ball even kept moving.
yeah. How the fuck you, man? That shit was. And I'm watching these niggas, and I'm watching them running around and tackling. I was like, oh, that hurts. I know
Yeah,
that hurts. Y'all bugging.
bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ever been so cold your skin hurts? Fuck,
Yes.
fuck. I hated that. There was I know you you've definitely been down to the Seattle Center before because we have been there a couple times at the same
Mhm.
time. Um you know the giant dome fountain, right?
Oh, no
So
doubt. Yeah.
years ago, like they don't heat up that water. So, and even when it's like summertime, the water will be cold enough to the point where you're in it too long, your body temperature will drop and your skin will start to hurt. I had never
Oh wow.
felt it before when I was a kid. I was like, what's wrong with me? And I'm like, everything hurts. I never want to
Oh
experience that
man.
again. I would rather be hot so I can escape it versus being cold.
Oh man. Oh man said you having
Wi-Fi
technical
issues.
difficulties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh good. I mean shit, that should be happening. I was like realistically, ever since it's been cold, like this is my fucking Wi-Fi been acting crazy. So like,
Yeah, I know the electronics are not the electronics are cold. Wi-Fi is cold.
yeah, the electronics are not electronicing shit. I mean, damn it, man. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he'll be here eventually. I mean, I know he said he was I remember what he said he was working with last time we recorded. So I think that may be the issue, especially I think it's weird. Like I always felt like the whole unlimited data thing is really funny because I worked at
Yeah.
T-Mobile, and that was when I learned that unlimited data is not really unlimited. It's unlimited data. It's just not unlimited at the top speed.
Mhm.
Once you get to a certain point, they throttle you. Like because other people who haven't used as much, they feel like they deserve the speed more than you do. And I'm like, well, that's fucked up. Maybe I just got a lot of important shit to do.
Right. I know. Like priority should go to the people who use it the most.
Exactly. Like obviously, if they're using it that much, there's a reason for it. So
Hmm.
I don't know, man. People are weird. I mean,
Companies are weird.
but I guess since I know I got a hard out, I got to be out here no later than 1:15. So
No problem.
let's get to it. With that said, hi everybody. We've been talking like a motherfucker. Ain't said nothing to y'all. But anyway, welcome to the party. Pantha Politix Podcast. I am Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane, ridiculous slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, and a whole lot of other things you should never say to me ever, ever, ever in your life unless your knuckle game is. And of course, Mojo Barnes. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. First smoke of the day, trying to get warm.
Mm, I
Got
feel
some
that.
coffee.
And the funny thing is, it's like 12 degrees outside, and I got cold coffee. Like,
Yeah, I know. I was literally about to ask you, like, do you ever make coffee at home or drink warm coffee? I know you drink tea. I've seen you drink tea
oh
before a
yeah,
show and stuff like that, but do you ever drink warm coffee?
I do. It's just, I think what happens is, and it's the strangest thing, man. Like normally, if I drink hot coffee, it'll be at night because it's like, because it doesn't really keep me up.
Hmm.
Like right now when it's cold like it is, I'll drink hot coffee at night because it'll keep me warm and plus it kind of
Right,
just gives me enough for me to finish whatever I need to finish and I can go to sleep. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But during the day, I very rarely drink hot coffee. I don't know why. It's weird. Weird. So I used to not smoke weed during the day. I
I
went through
remember
like a
that.
yeah, I went through a long stretch of not smoking weed during the day because I was like, yo, I just need to get everything done. And then once the sun go down and I'm done with work and everything for the day, I'm about to get. But then that just led to me smoking a whole lot at night.
Hmm.
So I was like, nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I mean,
Oh shoot.
it's not a bad philosophy to have to want to be able to be productive, you know what I mean? But definitely if your goal is to smoke after all of it's done and you end up smoking a lot, it could probably create some sort of hindrance in some aspect.
Oh yeah, getting up the next morning was never easy. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
understand why
yeah, yeah.
people don't ever think about like how the weed affects you with that. Like it's always, oh, the
Hmm.
liquor. No, 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 no. If you get too high, it's the same shit. Like the next morning is not gonna be fun. Fuck what you heard.
Yeah, I
So
learned about a weed hangover one of the very first times I got like super duper high. And I'm talking like we was hitting steamrollers. Somebody had joints. Like it was crazy. I was, still awake. And I think it must have been maybe 3 or 4 hours after. And it's like after midnight. And I'm starting to get tired. I go to sleep. I wake up. I'm like, why do I feel like this? I just feel groggy.
Can't get your life together for shit. Like, oh God.
No. I mean, it's better. I think it's better to be high from smoking and waking up in the morning versus being high from an edible and waking up in the morning. It just feels totally different.
Man, look, you already know how me and the edibles roll.
Mm-hmm.
The next one
Balls
after
to the
edibles for
wall.
me is never fun.
Mm-hmm. This guy will take a fucking 400 milligram brownie to the face without hesitation.
Yeah. And then be wondering, why am I so high? Fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of stupid, I gotta say, America, you astound me. America, you astound me. I swear you do. Every time I think America can't do something to shock me again, they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Let's get into it.
Case in point. Now, I know Joe Biden is not the answer. I know that. I'm very aware of that. But the dude that was there before him wasn't the answer neither. And for some strange reason, right now, he is way ahead of everyone else in the GOP. I'm talking about the Orange Menace, the trumpeter. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I don't even want to say the name. I'm gonna end up saying it before this is over. But somehow or another, fuck it. Donald Trump holds a wide lead over all of the other Republican candidates running for president. When I say wide, I mean like at one point it was 51 back in December, 51% back in December. I think it's at like 48 right now. Which leads me to ask the question: are we as Americans gluttons for punishment? Because
Yeah,
I just
I
kind of
think
remember
so.
those 4 years not being real fun. Like I remember those 4 years not being real fun at all.
Yeah, I think that America is a glutton for punishment. I think it's a matter of whatever is appealing. I think it's a matter of I think it's a matter of whatever, whatever person is pandering to what you agree with. And
That
so
part.
yes, I think I mean, you just kind of look at reality TV and you already know that we're gluttons for punishment because we continuously put ourselves in these positions to be seen as fools and idiots, but continue to do the same shit. And
Absolutely.
towards your point, we continue to look like fools and idiots when people who like Donald Trump continue to vote for him, considering the shit that we've gone through the past 4 years.
Oh God. Yeah. I think here's the thing for me. I look at everything on a scale of actuality. So
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. Okay, we know he won the presidency. He was the president for 4 years. Now let's take that 4 years and look at what actually happened during the course of that 4 years. The one thing that I will thank Donald Trump for is absolutely positively exposing all of the people I needed to remove from my life. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because people came out the woodwork saying things that I never knew they believed. And I'm like, whoa, I really thought you were A, B, or C, but I find out you're DEF. Okay.
A piece of shit.
You feel me? Or POS, absolutely. Since we rocking with alphabets. But yes, I mean, yeah, that he definitely exposed that. And I mean,
What?
I think he oh shit, I feel it, bro. I'm jealous. I'm gonna hop over there and grab the bong in just a second if you keep this up. But but I gotta I just have this strange. I'd be like, oh man, do y'all not realize that all of the people that were hiding and kind of keeping quiet because they felt like they had to feel empowered by this weirdo? They feel empowered to jump out and say all the dumb shit they saying. That's why January 6th happened. That's why the Proud Boys are a thing. That's why it's a lot of these groups out here, Patriot Front, like a lot of them. But all of
Mm-hmm.
them, they existed quietly until Trump became the president. And then they felt okay stepping outside of themselves and being loud and brash and running over people at protests in their big pickup trucks, which I hillbilly bitch asses. And yeah, you got to be a real sucker to drive over somebody with a pickup truck and won't get out and face them man to man. But I'm not gonna tell you how pussy y'all are right now. We can talk about that later. But yeah, I just don't get it, man. I've yet to understand the concept of continuously going back to the pool when you know the pool is poison. I'll never understand that. So I don't know. Fuck you, Trump. Fuck all the
Yeah,
people you
no,
belong to.
it's a level of ignorance, man. Like that's really all I can sum it up to is just a level of ignorance. It's like you are so stuck in the belief that you're worth more than the majority on this planet that we need to continuously back someone who, quite frankly, is just a trash human being. There was no knowledge, training, studying beforehand outside of maybe media by this man for like running for president and stuff like that.
Thanks.
Like he could have based on the way that he had like risen to his like stardom when he was running for president, the man could have been on TikTok live and still got elected president based on that shit. Like, bro, this is it's wild to me. But yeah, fuck Donald Trump. I'm gonna leave it at that because anything else will probably get us in trouble.
Hey man, yeah, I be having to. Oh, you know what, people? I want to explain something to y'all. I know that y'all don't know me like that, but I don't think y'all understand how much I have to curb my political opinions on this podcast. At one point, I'm gonna stop doing it, but like right now, I got to. And the part about it is that I find the most troubling is they say that only 68% of the people who are definitely caucus attenders, and now these are people who are definitely going to vote, people who are definitely going to be involved in putting the Republican candidate in play. 68% of those people already know for certain, no question, who they're going to vote for. That leaves a whole nother 32% that could very well easily be swayed to his side because the people going against him are not very appealing. You got DeSantis from Florida, nobody likes him. You got what was it, Nikki Haley from South Carolina? She showed and proved her true colors to be the bitch everybody thought she was. So I mean, I don't, I take that for what it is, but I also recognize that we have to be aware. The thing that I never fail to remember in the case of this is that there's a large part of the population that's it's a large part of the population that is somewhat confused. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say that to say they just follow the trend. So if Trump got hot and they didn't have a political opinion or political position and they just followed the wave, that was the wave they followed. And they ran with it. Because I know some people who are diehard supporters, but they can't tell me why. They have no idea why. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you like him? I don't know. I just think he's da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you like him because he's a celebrity politician. I got you. That's the other thing. I was saying there was a couple of things that I appreciate about his tenure as president. One of the other things I appreciate about his tenure as president is seeing what it looks like to see somebody that's not a politician play politician. Boy, that was interesting. Boy, was that interesting because, pardon me, we so used to seeing the game played a certain way. I'm talking about, let me see. I've seen quite a few presidents. The first president I actually remember being the president is probably Reagan. So
everyone's favorite.
Like, yeah, fuck that guy. But they were like, oh man, he's dead. Yeah, rest in piss, nigga. Anyway, so Reagan to the Bush, to the first Bush, to Clinton, to the second Bush, to Barack Obama. If I watched their tenures, and just line them up side by side, yeah, they make different decisions policy wise, but not really. They do, but they don't. And then the biggest thing is they all move a certain way that is similar. Donald Trump took all of that blueprint and blew it all the way the fuck up and did something completely different. Like you said, he was like the first actual like social media politician. Like social media really powered his campaign. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I don't like we got an opportunity to see what it looks like outside the normal bounds of politics. And that kind of makes me nervous because it makes me feel like if there's another celebrity individual like him who decides they want to run for office, we can have a gang of these fucking monkeys in
that's Kanye West. That's Kanye West.
Absolutely. Man, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? Oh, I like the fucking hood. I'm fucking with that hoodie. Jesus.
Me too. Yeah.
I like that.
Ralph Lauren.
Same one I had on when you was here.
No doubt. Hey, that's just fire, man. It's just
Yeah,
fire,
sure.
fire.
Yeah,
But we know Madman a low life.
I ain't watched it yet. Can y'all hear me, man? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
no
can
doubt.
hear you.
okay, I got to do this off my phone today. My computer won't connect to the Wi-Fi for shit.
Damn.
Oh, no worries. Okay. You actually sound a little clearer than you did last week. So yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
I will say the only thing is when we talk, he cuts out.
Yeah,
So if he's in
I
the
did
middle of a
notice that.
point and we're like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to hear him.
So in that case, if he's in the middle of a point, we just got to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Got you. Okay.
That's okay.
I'm trying to connect. Like, this should have connected and then it'll disconnect like 3 seconds afterwards. Like, shit weird.
Too cold.
We're
Well,
not
I mean, I
cold.
was getting ready. I was just talking shit about that yesterday. I was standing outside and I said, every time I step outside, I think about E. And he live in LA and it don't feel like this down there.
You know. No, like I
I've
said,
been in some cold temps.
nighttime will fuck you over though. Nighttime
Definitely.
people.
Indeed. He taught me. He taught me real quick too. He was like, bro, you might want to take a jacket. I was like, okay, why? It's like 80 degrees.
Totally
I said, yeah,
different.
but it's not gonna be later. Yeah, it's not gonna be later.
What's the
Holy shit.
lowest it drops to at night compared to the daytime?
We typically during the winter, like our winter season, it could get into the 40s at night. You know?
That's the lowest?
Yeah.
Our high hasn't been out of the 20s for 3 days. Like,
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, but you got to understand though, like, again, like, you know, we talk about atmospheres and shit like that. You know, we down south, so it's going closer to the equator and shit.
Right.
Like, the way the shit work out here is this. Like, it's not really cloudy out here. So when the sun is out, it's directly on you. So the temperature could be 75 or 80, but you know, with the sun being on you, you're gonna feel warmer. You're just gonna feel warmer, period. So once that sun goes away, yeah, the temperature might drop to like 55 or something like that, but it's gonna feel like it dropped to 30 or 40 because like that sun ain't on you no more and it's just dark. And then, you know, like right here at the ocean, like I'm only like 10 miles from the ocean. That wind comes through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that should shake your ass up.
no doubt. So I mean, we was
This is crazy.
I mean, we was on it for a hot second. So if you don't want to add nothing to it, I don't blame you. And like, it really ain't like at this moment, it ain't a whole lot we can, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of talk about because we was tripping off of this whole thing about how Donald Trump just kind of jumped back out the window and stole back the GOP. Like he's like literally way ahead of everybody else. It's like it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to be the Republican candidate again.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't have much to offer. Like I caught the tail end of what y'all was saying. My opinion on people, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Like the only thing that I don't understand is how people feel he's a good candidate at the age he's at with all the shit he got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that man gonna be in court forever. He gonna be in court forever. And you motherfuckers want that motherfucker to be a president while he's in court worrying about his freedom. All right.
Yeah, the focus is gonna be different.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
That motherfucker gonna be like, burn it all down. Fuck it, burn it all down.
I don't even think he'll say that. I think he's not even gonna be giving a fuck. You know what I mean? He's gonna be too busy trying to save his money and his freedom to be giving a fuck what happened with the states. Like I don't know no motherfucker who was dealing with a prolonged court case that could focus on anything but the court case. Your motherfuckers be out. They start smoking cigarettes, or if they smoke cigarettes, they smoking 3 packs a day now. You know what I'm saying? Drinking all type of shit because they know it's a countdown before they got to walk through them gates and they got to give all their shit up for however many months.
Hell yeah. And that ain't no
that
ain't no walk in the park right there at all.
Yeah.
Especially when you know it's coming.
You know it's coming. You know what I mean? So it's like, nah, like I don't like I think people might have the wrong ideas, fortunately for the right reasons, because they might not have ever had to deal with that with people, knowing that you got somebody that's about to go away. And he is fucking going.
You say he is fucking going.
Without a doubt.
You know? Like there's no way you got 90 counts in one case and you getting off all 90. Doesn't happen.
Johnny Cochran couldn't have got you off that, dog.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Like that's the whole point of why they had accounts. One of these motherfuckers is gonna land.
It's like I think about it like when we used to see I think about it like I call it justice system J.R. Smith. I'm gonna keep taking shots because something gonna fall.
Yeah,
Something gonna fall. So that's what the same thing with the Chargers. We're gonna keep firing them at you because something gonna hit you. And
yeah.
eventually they're gonna get them. And I mean, I think it says less about him and more about the constituents that he brought out of the woodwork when he was running. That's even that's even a situation. It says way more about them than it does about him. He don't give a fuck one way or the other. He's like, win or lose, I'm still gonna be me. I don't give a fuck.
Right. You know, and everybody else is like, fuck it, I'll be in the boat with you. It's like, it's just weird, man. Like, you know, I mean, I think we all do it from time to time. We all have crimes. Fuck it, we all have crimes that we tolerate from people.
Indeed. Not gonna lie.
You know, it is just funny to me to see all these motherfucking white people come out the woodwork supporting all of these crimes because they want him to be their leader.
Bro,
that shit is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. You know, like I said again, my opinions on people and they thoughts behind it, that's something else. But it's just a wild show for me to watch. I'm like, damn, like for real. Like for real.
I'm glad you said that. Because I think that's exactly what all of this is. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know if I've ever said it here, but I will say it now if I haven't. The entirety of the political landscape, especially here, and the way they play it, it's all WWE, dog. It's all for our entertainment. They already know what's gonna happen. But they gotta make it interesting because otherwise we won't care. So like, boom. Oh, you a Democrat? You a Republican? Okay, listen. I know y'all hang out, smoke cigars, play golf, and eat dinner together, and y'all wives know each other and known each other since high school and all that. Cool. When y'all in here, when the camera's on, I need it to be beef. I need you to take this position. You take that one. Just go at it. And at some point, we'll come to a resolution behind a closed door and we'll keep it moving.
You've been watching too much Wag the Dog.
Not at all. Not at all.
You've been watching too much Wag the Dog. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what Wag the Dog is.
You can't say not at all. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Mojo, do you know what Wag the Dog is?
No, I thought maybe it was something that was like before my time, so I didn't want to say anything. No, I don't know what it is.
I think he's just trying to play us.
Just a little bit. I fuck with you guys.
All right, little nigga, let me learn you something. One, nothing that's still digitized is too old for you to know. Nothing. Number one. Right. But number two, Wag the Dog was a movie that came out in the 80s.
Before my time.
Yeah, little nigga. Nah, but it's ill because when I was in school, this movie is actually part of one of my classes.
Is it whack or is it wag? Like WAG?
Wag, WAG. Okay. So basically, you know, the dog wags his tail, right?
This is obviously
the name of the movie is Wag the Dog, saying that the tail is wagging the dog. It's all about sleight of hand.
Oh.
So it's about a president. The movie is about a president who fakes a war so he can win an election. And all of the things that go on behind the scenes and putting together this thing for the public to see, because the public doesn't know that all this shit is smoke and mirrors behind the camera, like in front of a camera. That's why I said you watching too much Wag the Dog.
Nah,
it's a great movie. Like if you watch it, then you really understand the facetiousness in my statement. You know what I mean? But
I gotta watch it now.
yeah. You know, but like I don't necessarily believe it's 100% like how you said it. Like I don't feel like all these motherfuckers have the same goal. I don't feel they had the same goal. You know, I really do feel like it's a lot of separation, and I do feel like the bickering and infighting that we're seeing is 100% true. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of it, to me the chasm in between everybody is who has what financially. Because at the end of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still gonna be at the bottom of the totem pole asking for shit and doing shit because we had no organization. You know what I'm saying? So I think with what you said, it turns into that for us because we really have no hands working on the machine. So it looks like one big movie. Like, oh, this is crazy. Ooh, this is entertaining. Put your hand in there and stop being entertained.
I mean, yeah.
You know?
Okay, so I'll put it this way. I'll say this. I will say that I made the statement very generally, and I do genuinely
Right.
believe that there are some people who get elected who actually want to try to do the right thing for whatever they consider the right thing to be.
Oh, cool. I ain't saying nothing but no right thing.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm because I know for like just because I deal with local politics here in Tacoma so often, like and I've actually got the chance to shake hands, sit down and have conversations with people on both sides of the line, and I'm like, okay, I understand where all of this is coming from, but the problem is when they don't realize you're talking to the other side as well, they'll say something that they probably shouldn't have said, and then you talk to the other side, and then they say the exact same thing, and you're like, wait, y'all playing the same game. You just feel like the rules should be set up different, but the game the same. Okay, I got
it's a Spider-Man meme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like religion. We all worshiping God, but we just got different ideas on how to do it. And I think that shit is really what politics is.
I'll say this, and I'm gonna leave the politicians alone and let them play their games. I believe y'all are different people with different opinions, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, this is
the
crazy.
reason I feel the way I feel about y'all, and I can put it in a nutshell very easily. The end goal of capitalism and imperialism has never changed. Ever. It's never gonna change. And that's what y'all support. So that's why I say y'all all playing the same game. It's just a matter of how you want to play it. But none of the way you're playing it is to our benefit. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I'm done. Because I can't go too far off this fucking trail because I'm gonna get myself in fucking trouble. So like, but yeah, I'll be cool.
I don't believe you. I don't think you can get yourself in trouble. Okay, I'm tired of you doing that, man. You gonna start speaking on,
bro. If I really say what I think about some of this political shit, they gonna come get me. They coming to get me because I know half of it, like I be soft pitching that shit on here because I'm like, yo, I know if I say the more extreme thing that I'm thinking, people go like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? But I put it in a way that can kind of start leading them down that way. So maybe at a point a little further down, I can say, okay, listen, remember I said this, and this? This is what all of that was leading to right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a setup, breadcrumbs of sorts, you know what I'm saying?
Man, fuck breadcrumbs, man. Go ahead and give them the meal, man.
Oh shit. I mean, like, okay, look, man. I will say this much at least. We have to have a firm understanding as far as who we are. We have to stop. One of my least favorite phrases in the world is live in the moment. I hate that phrase. Even though I understand what most people mean when they say it. I get that part. If right now is the best thing that's happened to you all day, live in this moment. Fuck everything else. Enjoy it. Live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that moment may be, live in that. Cool. At a point, you have to stop living in the moment and look at what got you to the moment. Look at how you got to the moment. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest things you can do is examine what got people to moments you had nothing to do with. That's one of the smartest things you can do because it may keep you from ever getting to that moment. One thing we don't do, America has done a masterful job of drawing lines that mean nothing. Lines that mean absolutely nothing. Think about it. Color lines, what do they really mean? Nothing. We all people. You know what I'm saying? But if they can convince you that it means something, then you behave differently in that context. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
States. The only reason why states have borders is so they can tax you different. And so each state can make up their own whatever. But the overarching thing, most states you go to, the laws are all the same. There are certain things that are different because that's how that state wants to do it.
Go ahead. No,
so think, okay.
Because you're right, but you also leaving out a big part of that. Like not like if you like you how you said you got to go back to see how you got here. Go back and look at some of those old ass laws. Now them shits was different as fuck from state to state.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was
And,
getting there. I was getting
and
there.
a big part of the reason why another big part of the reason why we have states is so people could do it that way, so they could live how they wanted to live right here. But go ahead, Sorry.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So there's a lot of political philosophies floating around. There's socialism, communism, capitalism, all these other things. Most people don't look at capitalism as a political philosophy. They look at it as a financial one. But if you look at what really governs the activities of this country, capitalism is the bottom line political philosophy of America. Bottom line. Because everything moves with the money. Everything. The police killing niggas, that whole train still go back to the money. All of the decisions they make as politicians that affect the laws and amendments and all this other bullshit that change our lives in ways that we have seemingly no control over, all go back to the money. It's always going to go back to the money. And all of the things that we see happening now is it look like things are deteriorating and falling apart and the world's going crazy. You know why? Because capitalism is starting to crumble. They're running out of resources to steal. So now, what can they do? Every time they start getting to that point where capitalism get in trouble and they can't find nothing new to steal, they go to war. Every time. Every fucking time. And they're going to continue to do it as long as we allow them to continue to do it. But the most important point of this whole thing is exactly what he said. They're going to continue to do it because we refuse to fucking organize. So all of that shit I just said was for absolutely nothing. But anyway.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't for absolutely nothing.
Somebody's going to be like, yeah, you're right.
Well, I think this serves two purposes. You know what I'm saying? Number one is get the information out and let's not tiptoe around things that's on our mind when we know it's a real statement. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's real information. But number two, to go back into what I was saying about the show, man, we gotta get the people what they want.
Sure indeed. Sure indeed.
Or create it. Or create it.
Or create it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, it's so say it, man. Don't be tiptoeing around that shit. Say it. It's Pantha Politix, nigga.
Oh, you know what's funny? And it's wild that you say that because the show actually was supposed to be, when I first started, was going to start the podcast. And the reason why I called it Pantha Politix is because that was going to be the focus of the show. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be about hip hop at first. But then I found it was hard to get politicians to tell the truth in front of the microphone. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get them to tell the truth. And like, I'm not gonna ask you pussy ass questions like them niggas on the news. I'm gonna get to the bottom of the shit because you're not getting ready to dance around this shit with me. You're gonna tell me what the fuck is going on. And if you can't do that, what's the point of having this conversation? Like, I'm fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just talk about y'all over here and make you have to come say something.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. I'm laughing at the fact you thought you was gonna get politicians on here to tell the truth. Like, bro, like, come here, let me. Did y'all used to do this? Yeah, you can be pressing them, but still, their answer's gonna be what it's gonna be because they who they are. Did y'all used to do this to niggas back in the day?
What, on their shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would have did to you right there if I was beside you, because you said that shit about politicians telling the truth. Come on. Come on, son.
He hit me with the little shake, like, come on, man.
Hit me with the Wakanda meme. We don't do that here.
Come on, son.
Come on. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, man, listen. I know, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. The funniest shit in the world is you ever talk about, you remember we always talk about how nervous motherfuckers get when the police get behind them. They'll swerve, go over the line, some shit. You know, you get uneasy when the police get behind you when you drive. No matter how clean you are, nothing. Doesn't matter. Well, the same people who invoke fear in other people tend to get a little scared they damn selves sometimes. And I find it hilarious every time that at the White House recently. Yesterday, day before yesterday. I can't remember. It might have been yesterday, day before. It was yesterday. There was a protest on behalf of Palestine. And, you know, it's not unusual for people to protest outside the White House. I mean, in fact, I have my own thoughts about that, but we won't do that right now because that's not the point of this. The point of this is The people took it to the streets in front of the White House, and everything was fine until they started throwing stuff at the White House. And throwing stuff at the police. And so the White House was evacuated. The police, did what they always do whenever they feel like they don't have control of a situation. And it went the way it went. It didn't get to the point where I haven't seen any reports of anybody dying or anything of that nature, but it is what it is.
Wait. What did they do? Did they always do to control the situation?
Oh, you know what they do? They put on a riot gear. They break out the tear gas.
Yeah,
they break out the rubber
there,
bullets and all that bullshit.
My nigga, like, yeah, we tiptoe it. 2000 New Year's resolution, no tiptoe.
No doubt. So the police did they quasi-military bullshit they always do. But here's my thing. If you can sit behind those gates in that building and make all these decisions and think you can tell people what to do, and it's absolutely their right to protest if they don't agree with how you're moving. And America has openly made it known that they support Israel. So if these people support Palestine, they bringing it to your door. Hey, bro, tell me why. What is going on here? I think the more prudent thing to do is bring your ass out the house and talk to them. Bring your ass out the house because that's all they want to do. They want an explanation. Motherfuckers don't understand that half the time protesting and marching isn't about tearing shit up. We need an answer and you're not giving it to us. So now we're going to say it louder together. But instead of giving the people an answer, you tuck your tail and run. Now, mind you, I know Joe Biden is 932. I get it. I understand. I know this nigga shook Harriet Tubman's hand at one point. But that's not the point. Even if you don't do it, send somebody out there to talk to them. Tell the police, hey, I don't want nobody hurt out here. Chill the fuck out. They're exercising their right. And I'm going to come talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the right thing to do. But we live here long enough to know America don't specialize in doing the right thing. So, I don't know, man. Much love to those people that was out there protesting. I got, nothing but love for anybody that exercised their right to stand up against this bullshit. Because we have a right to burn this motherfucker to the ground and rebuild if we don't feel that it's serving our purpose.
So I mean, so what happened? So did they get into it? Did the police run them over? Like, what happened?
Now they didn't run about like I said, there wasn't no reports of anybody getting like seriously. I mean, it was some injuries, obviously, because people weren't getting ready to just get pushed around. But a lot of people got arrested. And I mean that happens. That happens. But I mean, again, if they aren't injuring anybody, and they're exercising their right to protest, nobody should get hurt.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in like that. I was just gonna say I don't understand if there's a right. Like, this is where I get lost at. If we have the right to protest, why are people getting arrested? I don't get that.
If you look at what a lot of the charges are when they arrest them for protesting, the charge is never just that they were protesting. There's always something. They always tie something else to it, so they have a reason to arrest them. So, say case in point, I saw this happen right here in Tacoma. A police officer grabbed a guy on the shoulder. The guy turns around and pushes the cop's hand off his shoulder. Arrest for assault or battery, whatever the case may be.
Is it a cop grabbed him from behind? The cop grabbed him from behind.
Grabbed him on the shoulder. Yeah, he grabbed him on the shoulder. Dude was like, "Yo," like he knew it was a cop that grabbed him, but still, why are you grabbing me? I'm walking away from you, and I haven't done anything for you to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So that turned into boom, get your hand off me, to boom, you're arrested, and now you downtown with a fucking charge for assaulting a police officer when I grabbed you from behind. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I get that. I mean, I think that just falls. I think we're going into a little different territory now, because I understand what you're saying, the point you're making, but I think it's a little different. What? And just for the sake of the story, did it ever come out why the cop grabbed him? Why the cop put his hand on him? Like, I don't know the scenario this is happening in.
Oh, okay. So this happened during the
during the
George Floyd protest. It was during the George Floyd protest. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So myself and a couple other people took up the tail end to kind of keep an eye out for shit. You know what I'm saying? But this cop came in from like the middle of the pack. He started approaching as it was in the middle of the pack. So as the crowd was moving past him, he's trying to talk to people, and nobody's talking to him. Because for what? You know what I'm saying? What?
Right.
Stay over there and watch it. That's what you're gonna do. Nobody has to talk to you. No law is being broken.
Yeah.
So we're continuing to walk, and he's steady trying to talk, and nobody's acknowledging him. One person kind of looked at him and was just like, whatever, and kept walking. They never even said nothing. So he decides that he's gonna step into the crowd and physically stop somebody to make them talk to him.
Yeah.
And that was when he put his hand on bro's shoulder. Now knowing the dude that he touched the way I know him, I'm surprised he ain't knocked that motherfucker out, which I kind of wish he would have done. But you know, if you're gonna get us on a police officer, earn that motherfucker. Earn it. That's all I'm saying. Earn that shit. I damn sure plan to. Put your hand on if you want to, motherfucker.
You see, now I see why you say you don't know when to stop.
See what I'm saying? That's what I be trying to tell you, bro. Especially when it comes to this shit, yo, nah, don't get me started, yo.
You know when to stop. Okay, I got it now. But that was the only thing. I didn't realize that you was talking about that happened in the middle of a protest. I thought you was just saying the cop just touched somebody and it happened.
Oh, no, it was definitely during the protest. Yeah, it's definitely during the protest. And so that, again, like I don't. At this point, it shouldn't be a surprise that police respond to protests the way they do, because they always respond the same way. You know what I'm saying? Well, I won't say always. 97% of the time, they respond the same way. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But the people who are really in charge could change this whole shit in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Hey, if they protest, then let them do it. That's their right to do that. And if they protest in here, and I got answers for them, I'm gonna come give them to them, because that's all they want is answers. They might not agree with the answer I give them, but I gotta give them one. You know what I'm saying? They don't even do that. They rather just let you keep the question.
Devil's advocate point of view here. What if they don't do that because they know how their people are? Because there are those same people.
Wait a minute. Say what? Hold up. One more time. I feel like I'm.
What if they don't do that because they know that those people are the same people that they are? And sometimes the conversation ain't gonna be enough.
I see that too. Well, you know what?
Think about where I'm going with this, because we're not talking about protests when it comes to something happening to us in our community. I ain't even talking about us. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like with the arrest, with the protests, like, yeah, we the ones, like, I mean, of course, like if the protest is centered around a black issue and there's nothing but blacks out there, of course, blacks are gonna be arrested. You know what I'm saying? And this is not me going with it, but I'm just saying that's just the nature of how many people you got out there. But when we talk about these white issues and shit like that, when you say they won't come out and talk to their own. I wonder why they won't come out and talk to their own.
You know,
because they know they're crazy.
And I will admit, it take a little bit of, you got to be a little to get out there and do the protesting the way we be doing it sometimes. Like it take a certain type of motherfucker to get out there and do that. Like everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here's my thing for that, and then we can get off of this, man. But here's my thing today. My thing for that is this: if you answer the questions in a timely manner before it gets to that point, it never gets to that point. By allowing it to fester and hide behind cameras and hide behind the press and hide behind your vice president and hide behind the fucking secretary of state and all these other people, hiding behind all these other people, and y'all are making these decisions that are adversely affecting a whole nation of people. Now, before it gets to the point of people being at your doorstep throwing shit at your fucking house, maybe tell people why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe have an open dialogue with people so that it's not a matter of them feeling like they can't have this conversation with you. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that the president of the United States should take a phone call from any member of the fucking public that calls them. I'm not saying that. You'll be on the phone all fucking day and won't get nothing done. I get it. Most of these groups have leaders. Most groups have a leader, at least one. Talk to the leader. Talk to that leader's representative, who's that communication person for them. Get the message out as to why things are as they are. Maybe that leads to a different type of outcome as opposed to people marching in the streets and throwing shit at the White House. Not that I give a fuck about people throwing shit at the White House. I don't give two fucks about that. But I'm just saying, you can abate all of that by just opening the communication and stop being so cagey about shit and hiding behind things. Politicians don't gotta hide shit from us no more. We get it. We get it now. We've been seeing it for a long time. We get it now. Just shoot straight, dog, because it ain't no point in trying to cover this shit up. Why are you supporting this? Because of da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. So now, maybe the strategy is different. We don't got to protest. We can take this a whole different route. Let's go talk to our representative in the Congress and see if they can do something to help our point on this. Do you support that? You don't? Okay, good. This is what we want to do. If the political process is supposed to work, then let it work. Scary ass motherfuckers. My bad, yo. My bad. Whew. Woosah. 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 I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh shit. Hey dog. I gotta ask y'all a question. What's the funniest shit you ever seen? Like in person. The funniest thing you ever, not a comedian funny, but like the funniest shit you've seen a person do in person. I know it might take a minute to think it up, but like, because I done seen some wild shit, but like, okay, case in point, when I was in college, a nigga that was that stayed on the second floor of my dorm, right? He used to pour alcohol on his hand and set it on fire, right? Because he knew the alcohol would burn off and it wouldn't burn him. And at first we thought, like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And we're not thinking the same way. Well, one day he fucked around and fucked up, and he had on a long sleeve t-shirt. And he put the alcohol on his hand, but some of it got on his shirt too. He lit that shit on fire. Next thing you know, this nigga running down the motherfucking dorm hallway looking like a flaming eagle and shit. Hilarious. I almost died laughing. And they was like, why are you laughing? Because that's funny. Give a fuck what you say. That's hilarious. Because you're fucking stupid. That's why that's funny. So, you know, so I'm just curious. Like, what's some... I'm asking for a very specific reason, but...
Oh man,
I see some shit, man. I don't know, man. I mean, I see shit that just is not funny, and I laugh my ass off. So some of that's where I'm going to fall back. I'm not gonna say some of that shit.
I feel it, no doubt.
Some of that shit is just wrong. But I don't know, man. I seen some wild shit, man. You know, like goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, you see stupid shit like motherfuckers in motorcycle packs showing off. You got one nigga just out the bunch is a daredevil. Next thing you know, he wrecking shit because he the daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the shit just turned into funny shit because of how he did it. I'd have been around chicks walking and they tampon fall out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have never seen that.
Yeah, I told you I seen some wild shit, man. You know what I mean? I've seen now this was funny. But again, like why it's funny is a problem. I saw a girl get snatched out her car through the window in a fight by two girls, and then when she got snatched out the car window, she beat them two bitches up. That shit was hilarious.
I'd have paid money to see that shit.
That shit was fucking hilarious. She whooped their ass once she got out that car. Like they stopped in the middle of the street, pull out that window. She got on her feet. This ain't what you want. You know? Shit, man. I don't know, man. I see some bullshit, man. I don't know.
I had a friend in high school. I didn't. I'm a terrible storyteller. I had a friend in high school. We're pretty close, and he started getting into breakdancing. And I hadn't known at the time breakdancers will wear like a beanie, but sometimes they have like this pad on the beanie that'll help them do their head spins better. Like there's less friction. And so he rocks this shit like it's a regular hat because he's all into it. He's got these fingerless gloves and shit, and he's like popping in class and shit on, you know, during breaks and stuff. So me and one of the other teachers were talking about an assignment at the end of school, and the dude walks in. And he's like, "I've been practicing my head spins. You guys want to see?" And we're like, "Okay." So he gets on his head, right? Big buildup, all this anticipation, because we're like, Let's see how this goes. And so he gets on his head and he's teetering for a second because he can't get his balance. And then finally he's like, all right, I got it. He starts and then just tips over, but it was like in slow-mo, and the way that he fucking fell was hilarious. But that was my funny story. And yeah, you had to be there.
Did he hurt himself?
No, he didn't hurt himself. It was just funny because we were sitting there for like a good 5 minutes waiting for him to get his balance. And so we're like, oh, he's really about to do something. I didn't know what was going to happen. And then there's this buildup, and we're thinking that he's going to like successfully do maybe a 180 or something like that, right? He just tips over because he couldn't get his balance. He had to be there.
Man, that is the
He had to be there.
I felt like a bad hip hopper laughing at that shit.
Like, what's fucked up about this question? And now it got me looking at my life. I'm like, you know what? A lot of this shit that I'm thinking about is either violent or embarrassing to somebody.
Yeah, I noticed that about 7 too. I was like, well, mine's a little less, I don't know, painful for some people.
See, that's what I'm like, damn, like this is at somebody's expense. I don't know about
when I was younger, I could never understand why it was funny to people when somebody would like trip and fall. I was like, you ever tripped and fell before? That shit ain't funny.
Hey, dog, I'm gonna tell you something good. I laugh at other people tripping and falling because I laugh at myself when I trip and fall. So like I don't give a fuck. It's all good. Like but you got a valid point, because the more I think about it, I start thinking back and I'm like, damn, does that mean that this stuff is really funny, or am I fucked up in the head somehow? Like, what? Am I supposed to laugh at this? Like, what the fuck?
That's why I'm so reluctant to tell stories. It's like, wait a minute, you know what? In this case, keep that to myself. This shit ain't right.
Another one I was gonna tell, but it was fucked up, and I was like, I better not say that. Nah, I'm gonna say it anyway. Fuck that. Because this nigga, he don't listen to the pod. I don't care. So it was a guy. I'm not gonna say his name because I know some people who do listen to the pod know this nigga. So we was fucking around one day, playing with guns and shit, right? So I was teaching him how to take the gun apart and clean it and put it back together. So we was doing that. We had been doing it for a few days. Everything was everything. I was like, okay, when you do it, so you got to make sure you clear it. Blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, I got it. At some point during trying to clean his gun without me present, he fucked up something. So when he got ready to shoot, we went out somewhere in the woods and was shooting. When he got ready to shoot, he was like, yeah, because, you're supposed to have it here. You know what I mean? But for some reason, he was trying to be funny. He had the goggles and everything on, so he puts it real close. He's like, if I was a sniper, I'd be like, I was like, bro, don't hold it that close to your face. He's like, nah, man, you don't understand. Boom! He pulls the trigger. The bullet never comes out of the gun, but it does go.
Mm-hmm.
Crack the goggles here. He had burn marks across his forehead. It's like in the cartoons when something blow up and the motherfucker turn into a Sambo and shit. Yeah, it was kind of like that. So I was dying laughing, and everybody around us was like, dog, why are you laughing? He could have died. I was like, but he didn't, though.
Mm-hmm.
He was standing right there. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That's hilarious. So yeah, there's something wrong with that. I see it now. I should have never told that out loud. I'm not editing it out though. Fuck that. So
no, that's funny. Because that that doesn't include violence.
No,
that's not violence. That is at somebody's expense. But but he did that to himself. Like I don't mean like I'm talking about somebody else playing a joke on another motherfucker. That's what I mean. Like embarrassing them.
Oh yeah.
Shit like that.
Oh my god, bro. Ooh. Oh shit. Let me ask y'all. Have either one of you ever been to Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out in Federal Way, right?
Yeah, I know we got one in Tack too. Yeah, I think they got one in Fairway too. Yeah.
I think that's the one I went to in Tacoma.
Well, listeners, if y'all are not familiar with what Bass Pro Shop is, it is like it's bass. There's a lot of fishing shit going on in there. Now, the one in Tacoma, they got a lot of outdoorsy shit, camouflage, all that other shit. They even got a bowling alley in that bitch and a restaurant. But anyway, that's beside the point. So Alabama, being Alabama, they gonna have a Bass Pro Shop. Huh? So a bowling alley in a restaurant?
Yeah, I didn't know that shit.
There's a redneck amusement park. They got a bowling alley.
It is. When you go inside,
go get the camouflage, go get the 12 gauge bullets, and go bowling while you're at it.
And have a burger.
Do you want some cheesy tots with those
and a beer?
with those 50
yeah.
caliber bullets.
And a Budweiser.
And a
Right.
bud, yeah. You gotta have a bud, my nigga. Shit. Well, I mean, you know, being that Bass Pro Shop is what it is, you would have to imagine that they would have those in Alabama as well. I mean, it just makes sense. Bass Pro Shop.
They don't have them on every corner.
I don't know. I do know they got one in Leeds, Alabama, and I know something really crazy happened there. So apparently there's a gentleman. I was trying to find his name. They didn't say his name, did they? No, they did not say his name. I really hate they didn't say his name. What happened?
The word nude pops up in it.
Oh, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh, you didn't read it?
No, I didn't read it. I went to the most hip hop related ones and Orlando Brown. I didn't go to this one.
Oh, bro, you missed it. Oh, you missed it, bro. We about to get into it right now.
You niggas in your ADD.
You feel me? Man, so in Leeds, Alabama, a 42-year-old gentleman, he crashed his car outside the store first. Let's start there. He crashed his car outside the store. When he crashed his car outside the store, he got out of the car, took off all his clothes, ran inside the store, and jumped into the giant aquarium.
Can you describe how he jumped in?
Can I describe how he jumped in? Nude, nigga.
It says cannonball.
Cannonball, dude.
Cannonball. Balls dangling. Cannonball.
Oh my God. Yo, son, the whole time I was reading this shit, I was seeing it in my head, and I was like, oh no.
It says the 42-year-old Alabama man did a cannonball, in quotes, leap into the aquarium and then stood under a waterfall. He left the water to yell at two officers, then dove back into the aquarium, police says.
What the fuck, yo?
He was on one. They need to make a movie out of this motherfucker. But let me. I never thought of his balls. No time was I reading that article.
Not once. Pause, nigga. Not one time.
I'm just. I've watched Jackass way too many times. I know that. So.
Oh shit. Ooh. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, I really would like to know what batch of meth that he dove into. He must have had that motherfucking Breaking Bad shit, yo.
Yeah.
He had that Breaking Bad shit. Cause why do you let's think about something. You already crashed your car outside.
It was only 5 minutes.
What possessed you to get out of your crashed vehicle and take off all your clothes? Huh?
Fuck it.
I mean, back up. Back up. He crashed the car into the building.
Into the building.
Fuck it.
Oh, shit.
I feel like this nigga woke up and was like, it's up for Bass Pro Shop today. Fuck this.
Right.
That's a New Year's resolution.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Today's the day. Like, he been thinking about that for years. That shit didn't happen in one night of getting fucked up with his friends. That's been planned for years. I bet you won't do it tomorrow.
Hold my beer.
No, do it right now. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, because I misread that shit. I thought they said crashed into it. I thought they meant like he crashed into the motherfucker. That's how I was thinking. I thought he crashed into the bitch and hopped out the car. And I was like,
there's gotta be video.
It's no video.
You looking for video for this shit?
No, I want to see the sequence of events. I want to see what he crashed into. Like to E's point,
yeah,
he thought he crashed into the building. I assume that as well, because it's like you're crazy enough to get naked and jump into the aquarium. What else have you done? What are they leaving out?
Right.
Did the police chase him in and out of doors and he's popping out of a new one type shit? Like, what happened?
I think the meth hit different when you don't eat, man.
Yeah. The chicken shit.
Benny Hill music. Word.
Man, I forgot about Benny Hill. I'm so glad you just said that. Dang, okay.
So they did that music.
Man.
Hill, nigga. Yeah, Benny Hill, man.
That used to be my shit too. I used to watch that at my grandma's house, like with the TV with the volume down, because they was wild and she didn't give a fuck. She didn't want to hear that shit. But
Fuck, fuck Cameron. It was them titties popping out that had my mom mad. Like, what? It's on TV?
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
they over there, man. They don't give a fuck about putting titties on TV. Over there, they don't care. Like, oh, bro, did y'all ever watch? Oh, well, before we get off it, hey, never mind. Bass Pro Shop shit is that nigga's crazy.
Wait,
real
I'm
quick.
sorry. It's one more thing, because like when you said like it's something, Mojo, when you said like our Bass Pro Shops, like I know he's being facetious as fuck. Like, are they on every corner out there or whatever? I'm like, first thing in my head is like answering the question. They're too big.
Oh yeah, they're way too big. Yeah.
But the reason why I was thinking that too, though, is like 9 times out of 10, a Bass Pro Shop is next door to what's the name of it? It's a hunting store they usually put them beside too. Gander Mountain. Gander Mountain.
Yeah.
Gander Mountain.
Yeah.
And Gander Mountain sells guns. Nice ones. So I'm just like hearing this story, and I'm like, I'm surprised he didn't go for the guns.
He wanted it. He didn't want the
wanted a
guns.
cannonball.
Yeah, he didn't want the guns.
You know,
there was a
He
purpose.
wasn't thinking about them guns. He wasn't thinking about getting the guns. He was thinking about wetting the buns. You know what I'm saying? He was on some other
the
shit.
buns is
get in
crazy.
hot in the water. It's hot.
Yeah,
It's hot in the water.
It's got to be cold down there.
You must go in the water.
Oh man, you bringing back all the memories right now, dog. Stop fucking with me. Oh man. Yo, real quick before we slide to something else, man. Shout out to Static Selector. He went in to have a surgery that was supposed to be a 1-hour procedure, still in the hospital 2 days later. Not real sure what's going on, but prayers up for you, bro. Hope everything works out. Static Selector is
Oh wow.
definitely he's made a massive contribution to hip hop. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for everything.
Massive. That goddamn Trill Static 3 is fucking amazing. You heard it?
Yeah. I heard most of it. I ain't finished it yet. I gotta get back to it tonight, bro. Yeah,
that's just
fire.
fire.
Back to it tonight.
The Trill Static 3. I didn't even know that. Damn, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I just seen it on IG. I was looking at looking back at something that Mojo sent to the chat to make sure I was on point. And that popped up at the top of my feed, and I was like, fuck. That's crazy, man. Damn, yeah. Yo, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get back to the pod, but I just want to say, man, everybody, as we progress through time, as you get older, make sure you stay in contact with people you care about, yo, because you never know. Like, if nothing else I'm learning in the last 5-6 years or whatever, it can happen at any moment. We always think we got another opportunity.
I know what he was going in for. Yeah, I want to know what he was going in for. You know, I got another surgery coming up in another couple of weeks. Obviously,
yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
Let me see if he said it in here. He said he's good now, breathing on his own. Let me see if he said anything about it prior to that. Nah, prior to that, it was just promo type shit. So,
right. Yo.
Yeah.
So, damn, I had a shit that gave me. Fuck, I forgot. Go ahead. Oh, got it. So I don't know if you guys heard this, and this is a tangent, but when you said breathing on his own, it made me think about it. Did y'all niggas hear that the reason why Jamie Foxx was in the hospital with medical illness is actually because he was sniffing coke that had fentanyl in it, and they saved him from an overdose?
Nah, I didn't hear that. Oh wow!
Again, I don't know if it's true, but this shit floated across my feed earlier in the week, and I'm like, oh shit, that does make sense, because Jamie Foxx would crack jokes about doing coke.
Oh yeah,
like if you he don't really say I was doing it, but he he got some jokes about it, like how he was partying with Puff and it was cocaine around. Like, he said shit like that.
It was around.
It was around, or what I'm saying. What's the shit he said? He said, it's not that I like coke, I'm just addicted to how it smells. He cracks little jokes like that. So like, yeah, when I heard that, I said, oh shit, I wonder if that's what happened. Man,
that fentanyl shit, man. I bro, Soul the Interrogator got a song called Fentanyl Blues talking about that. And he's in recovery from addiction himself. So he's had a very intimate relationship with it and seen a lot of his friends pass. I just had a friend of mine pass away a few weeks ago from overdosing on fentanyl. So like, yeah, rest in peace, Tony Kaplan. So yeah, man, it's an epidemic, but the problem, the real problem, I think the bigger problem, I mean, the drug addiction is definitely the problem, and what it's doing to people is definitely the problem. But I think the even bigger problem is how much we normalize it in society. You know what I'm saying? Like it used to be. I remember back when I was young, like if you was on drugs, nigga, they looked at you like you was the leper of the hood. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you was the cool crackhead. Now every hood got a cool crackhead or two. You know what I'm saying?
Cool
That yeah, we know you on that shit, but
We'll tolerate some of these crimes.
exactly.
You know?
Yes.
But you know, it's ironic you say that though, Sam. I think a lot of that shit was just lost on us being young and not knowing what we were seeing.
True indeed.
You know, like as I get older, like I really don't feel like I don't feel like this shit. Again, there's nothing new under the sun. I don't think there's like this big epidemic. Well, I mean, not that you said that, but I don't think there's this big epidemic, this big change, whatever. I think really it's just us getting older and motherfuckers is also coming outside saying I ain't hiding inside with this wild shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But I think we was just too young to know. Because I remember this shit. Like it was when I was growing up, like you said, the cool crackhead, right? I didn't know this nigga was on dope. But this nigga used to walk up the street. He used to walk up the street and you know, we was younger, they used to call it pimping. Like, I don't mean like, you know, procuring women for sex, acts, and money. The bot was called pimping.
No doubt.
Right? This nigga Pimp was so hard. Like, when he took a step on one foot, his body went like way back here. It was like leaning back. Like, every step, like, it's like,
yes.
You know what I mean? It looked like a dance. And I was like, this nigga's the coolest nigga ever. And my pops would be like, yeah, he cool as hell, ain't he?
That ain't cool.
He cool as hell, ain't he? And I'm like, you know, I'm a dumb kid. Like, he cool as hell. He's like, yeah, don't ever let me catch you walking like that.
Oh.
But that's him saying.
What a buzzkill. Damn.
I still don't understand. I think he just mean how it looks to walk. He's saying don't do what he does. That's why he walks that way.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not.
But instead of just saying that, he referenced to the part that you were saying that you thought was cool.
Right. Yeah. The fun part.
Right.
I feel it. Okay.
Bro.
You know.
Okay.
Then like it would be shit like we would be in certain neighborhoods, and there would be people around, and my pops would be like, "You see that guy right there? That's a thug right there. That's a thug. Don't ever be no thug." You know, you get these little lessons and shit, but again, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at niggas who I think cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is.
No idea
so, like,
what they're doing.
Yeah,
No
like,
clue.
you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people understanding and getting older, yo, like that shit was always around us. We just didn't know what we was looking at.
Right.
You know? Anybody in this chat, in this zone got uncles?
Not no more.
Well, yeah.
No, but my none of the people in my family like really was about that life, like just to put it in that type of phrasing. So my mom was the kind of person that would take me out and point out, you know, that guy's on drugs, that guy's homeless, you know how you end up that way type of shit. And so I can identify with that, but no, everybody was like very much about avoiding that shit because they had to go through living around that kind of thing.
Good shit. Because my uncle, my dad's younger brother, wild nigga. Wild nigga. I got a cousin named Chico. Rest in peace to both of these guys. Wild niggas. You know what I'm saying? My cousin that just called me last week saying they finally dropped his murder case. Wild nigga.
Wow. He pulled the murder case out. Wow. Good shit.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and ironically, that was related to fentanyl. That case. But I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, now that I'm older, I see everything on, you know, obviously now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you get older, you realize, oh shit, this is what's going on. Oh shit, that's why Uncle Jim Nose was always running.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like he show up to every event smelling like Schaefer beer, and would have, would have a case of Schaefer in the back seat. Pop tops, rip, rip, you know,
Man.
ducking out every
That
20, 30 minutes. Yeah, yeah. Like, oh shit, that's what you was doing, huh? Oh, okay, got it. This is a different uncle than the one that passed away that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
was it
mm.
the uncle you was talking about on the record?
The uncle I was talking about on the record is my dad's younger brother. That's not
Okay.
Uncle Jim. That's not
Okay.
Uncle Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I was hoping you knew when I said that it was exactly what I was talking about without me having to say it. But like, no
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
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 no doubt, no
yeah,
doubt, no doubt. Okay, okay,
yeah.
makes perfect sense there. Absolutely. Yeah, my uncle, my mom's older brother, like he's the uncle of mine I'm the closest to. Like most of my uncles on my dad's side, I don't know them extremely well.
Mhm.
My uncle Moses I do, but like most of my uncles on my dad's side were his older brothers, and a lot of them passed on before I was old enough to get to know them. So my mom's older brother though, rest in peace, Uncle Thomas, Uncle Big Boy. He lived in Northwest DC, and so the fact that he lived in DC at all is something
He
because he
probably,
lived in South. He lived.
he probably know my family. My family over there real heavy.
I wouldn't doubt it. That dude, he's like the fucking mayor. Yo. I was like, you know every fucking body, man. Like, so he lived in Northwest, but he used to live in Southeast, and my cousin, she still stayed over there, in Southeast. And if you don't, and anybody that don't know nothing about DC, I'm not gonna get into all of that. Just do your homework on Southeast DC and Northwest DC. On DC, let's just leave it at that. But anyway,
Yeah, don't leave it in sections, brother. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, the whole DC. Fuck that. Yeah, so I would I would stay with him during the summer, especially when I lived in Baltimore. I would go, sometimes spend the weekend with him because he was hella close. So I go to his crib and I would be walking around the neighborhood while he was at work. So one day I was coming back from the record store. I had just bought America's Most Wanted. I think it had been out for like a week. I went and bought the tape. I'm walking back to his crib. There's a guy standing in front of the building, and this guy's like he's weaving. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he's in a whole nother world. He's like singing to himself real low. And I'm thinking maybe he rehearsing for something. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe this nigga got a concert later. He might be a superstar, and I don't know it. And mind you, I mean, at the time I'm young, like young. So I really don't have the full scope of what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? And so he's weaving, and it just so happened that as I'm approaching him, I'm probably about 25 feet away from him. My uncle pulls up. He had just got off of work. My uncle pulls up. He gets out the car. He's standing on the sidewalk. He's watching me walk up. I'm about to stop and say something to the dude and ask him, "Yo, what song is that you singing?" Cause it's dope. Like what I'm hearing, I like it. I'm like, I want to know what song it is. Like music always been my thing. My uncle saw me. He was like, and I'm like, so I keep strolling. You know what to him? He was like, you ain't realize he didn't even know you was standing there. I was like, well, yeah, I kind of peeped that he ain't stopped what he was doing. He was like, bro, listen to me. Come here. Let's go upstairs. We need to talk. So we looking out the window. Not 10 minutes later, the same dude is over in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Tying off. I was like, oh. He was like, yeah, that's why he rocking, weaving, and he might have thought he was talking out loud just now, but he couldn't nobody hear him but him. And you ain't hear him till you got close enough to hear it. I was like, ooh. Man, he gave me the whole rundown. So mind you, I told you I was living in Baltimore at the time. When I went home, I looked at everything different. I was like, whoa. It's
Then it
fucking
hits
zombie now.
you. Then
It's
it hits
zombie
you.
laying out this bitch. Yeah.
That's what
Whoa.
I'm saying. That's the getting old. Now you realize what the fuck is around you. Like nobody told you. You didn't
Exactly.
know that. Then
Exactly.
once the curtain got pulled back, it's like, oh shit. Everybody, everybody hates Chris.
Everybody hates sobriety. Like, god damn it, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, shit. That shit real, man. Shit fucked up.
Well, I know you don't now, but like when you was younger, did you play video games at all? Were you ever a video game guy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like again, certain certain punishments and activities got me out of playing video games.
I
Punishments
feel that.
turned into this, Yeah. I was into them,
No doubt, no doubt. Mojo,
Yeah.
I mean, I think you still a
I
gamer
mean,
now, right?
like I said, like I tell people like,
Heavy.
man, it's like, really my shit stopped with PS2. That's really when I stopped.
Oh man.
Oh, I feel it. Okay.
You know, I
Sorry
mean, but
for your
even
loss.
like, I'm a certain kind of game guy, like open-ended games, like GTA. I was. That's me. I play that. You know, I don't care.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't care about quick games. I can talk shit to you and none of that. Like I need something long and drawn out to get into.
oh, I see. I
Yeah,
can't play those.
so I wasn't the NBA Live nigga or the Madden. I don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck to beat you.
That's my wave right there.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
don't
super
care.
competitive nigga, though. You know that. I'm
Yeah,
super
but see,
competitive, dog.
I got out of that. I don't care no more. Like it's like somebody gonna beat somebody. Cool. you know.
This
You
nigga said
know.
somebody gonna beat somebody.
Uh,
Somebody gotta lose. Fuck it.
yeah. So let me go out here and do some shit that I know I really can't do, which is just run crazy and carjack motherfuckers, shoot shit out of people. You know, and then
I mean, you
shoot up
could,
a
but
thousand.
it ain't gonna last long.
Have a thousand police, and then I could just hit a code, and next thing you know, all of that shit is wiped off, and they just turn around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no cheat code in this shit here.
Nah. Hell
Cheat
no.
code there.
Not any like super fun ones, at least not for like Madden. Because you know, in the old Maddens, you could do like the big heads or everybody was dressed a specific way. Yeah.
Right. I do remember that, the big head shit.
Would you play?
You can still do that on Madden Mobile. Like I play Madden Mobile on my phone sometime. And like sometimes you can get this thing and it makes all your players really big compared to everybody else. Now, mind you, even though your player is like this much taller than the guy he's playing against, like if the cornerback is this short and your receiver is this tall, that cornerback can still break the pass up. Like your guys just look really big. You know what I'm saying? So it don't give you any undue advantage. It just looks cool. But like
Right.
E, did
What
you
kind of games are
play?
you
You
into,
played
bro?
San Andreas?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling because that was like the one that took off for Grand Theft Auto, in my opinion.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
even
put it
played
up.
that one. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that was my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I even played that one.
You start off the first vehicle you can get as a fucking BMX bike, nigga. That's it. Ride across the city and shit, man. Then you get upgrade. Like I thought that shit was dope.
Hell yeah. Did y'all play Def Jam Vendetta at all?
Hell yeah, I
Or
played that.
Fight for New York?
I didn't play Fight for New York because I think wasn't that one. And I hate this, but my mom was like super strict about the games I was getting, and so M-rated games were not, allowed. So
Right.
I think Fight for New York was an M-rated game.
You had a good mom, man. That's what's up. She actually read the damn ratings. And
She did well. Yeah, she understood. She got it. She wasn't slow. She wasn't like,
Good for her.
I don't give a fuck. Go. She wasn't like that.
Good for her.
So I had to sneak and listen to explicit lyrics. The first explicit album I listened to was Get Rich or Die Trying. Somebody had to burn it for me in middle school. That's the level of like strictness that she was at. Like parental advisory, a rapper. No. You can listen to Will Smith and that's about it. And so
good for her.
yeah.
Good for her. Nah,
Oh
I
my
like
goodness.
Oh yeah. So I have mixed feelings about it. They tend to weigh more on like, thank you for doing this, right? But when we're having conversations about our environments and stuff like that, and you're seeing the people who are strung out and stuff like that, I wish I would have had someone like Seven who was like, that's what this person is doing, that's what they're on, so look out for that. My mom was just like, you don't want to be like that. And that's all it was. It wasn't an explanation of like, you were getting ready to do this and this is why it appears to be this way, but let's go watch and see what he does next type of thing. It wasn't like an examination of what he was doing. It was just avoid that and then we're going to Safeway. You know what I mean? So
so
that's
yeah. So to that point you're making, like let me backtrack. When I was saying like these instances where I was saying with my pops, like don't ever let me catch you walking like that. I'm like 5 years old.
Yeah, it's at a point where you're not really understanding. Like I said, it was just a cool, fun thing. Like, oh shit, I want to walk like that.
So even right. So even
lean back.
But for my pops at that age, I feel like if he had told me it was drugs, I wouldn't have understood what he meant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, it would when I got older, obviously, then it's Well, they said, I ain't want to lay the heavy shit on the nigga. Who the fuck told that joke? I ain't want to lay the heavy shit on the nigga, but Robert Harris, he said that shit.
Oh yeah, Robin Harris. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but yeah,
that,
like don't get older, then it's like, oh nah, that motherfucker's on dope. That motherfucker sells dope. She sell pussy for dope. She sell food for dope. You know what I'm saying? She'll let you store dope in her house. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know.
Yeah,
she
but no,
sell dope and pussy just for the money.
and this one
money.
robbing everybody.
Just for the money. Right.
This one robbing. Stop pointing at me, dog. What you doing? Telling everybody my business? Fuck wrong with you?
The bitch who sell dope and pussy just for the money. That's her little brother who be robbing motherfuckers who come over there to sell her the dope. Like you know, all that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
bro, I'm gonna tell you some wild shit. Like, okay, and I did ask that question for a reason, but yeah, that's so I know that Mojo threw it in the chat, and I thought it was interesting. That what Ice-T said about the game, about Def Jam Vendetta, and why certain people, why the game hasn't been rebooted, and why he feels like that's what he feels that's a result of, and it's mainly because, especially now with the way things have changed, you're going to have to pay motherfuckers a nice chunk of change to put them on this video game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a reboot. Reboots, especially that reboot, is going to fucking sell. You know what I'm saying? Especially because there are people who were playing it then who are still video game heads now. There are guys who may not be video game heads right now who remember that game, who may be like, damn, I mean, I got this system. I know a dude who got a PS5 just sitting in his house and never plays it. He don't do shit with it. It's just sitting there. And I'm like, he was like, yeah, somebody just gave it to me. He's like, I don't got no use for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just leave it there. I mean, I connected it to the TV. It's there if I ever decide I want to play it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. But I guarantee you, Def Jam Vendetta or Def Jam Fight for New York reboot come out, he will go get it and he'll play it because he loved both of those games. So it's gonna sell. More importantly than that, artists have a much greater understanding of their value, their actual value now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you could have got away with sliding them a little 10K and been like, go ahead. You ain't gonna get away with that now. Especially Joe Budden, who's worth millions of dollars now. Ice-T is worth millions of dollars now. Like, all of these people that were on the game who weren't worth a whole lot at the time, they were still kind of on the climb. They worth something now. You got to pay them according to their value now.
Right. And it's crazy. It's crazy you brought up Joe Budden, because like I've heard him talk about this even before Ice-T brought it up.
Oh wow.
Like
okay.
Yeah. He talked about it. He was like, yeah. He said he didn't get paid shit for that shit. Like it turned, you know, like he turns everything into like one big joke about how much he didn't know and how much he didn't want to participate in the shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, they gave me a little check. I don't know how much it was. I probably smoked that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but like he says that, like, yeah, they didn't get shit for that.
Oh, Dust Head Joe.
Okay. They was like residuals. He's like, residuals. He's like, what the fuck is a residual?
Yeah, what the fuck that mean? Yeah. What the fuck do that mean? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh man. I think I would love to see it happen. I would love to see a reboot. I may actually, you know, I mean, I don't have a game console, but I know people who do. I would go get the game and go to somebody's house and play it if it came back out. Like I enjoyed that. I enjoy anything that, like, even the Wu-Tang game was cool. You know, shit like that relates to directly to shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck with it anyway. Like that kind of surprised me about why I didn't play GTA more. But I was like, damn, you would think that I'd love this game, right? But I don't. Like I like any adventure game that goes on that long, I don't want to play it.
Bruh.
Let's play now. Let me beat your ass and get the fuck out of here.
Nah,
I got shit to do.
You got to sit down and play GTA. You got to sit down.
I played San Andreas. I played it. It was interesting. But it wasn't interesting enough for me to keep playing it. Like, I was like, dog, I can't just keep going. Like, it's like there's not an ending here.
But there is one.
There is an end. Yeah, there's an ending, like, and then the opportunity to be able to do more once you're done with it.
Yeah, like I think that's what you got caught up in, the openness of it. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do and not actually play the game.
Like, you need an objective. Like there needs to be a point instead of you just deciding, I don't want to do the story right now. To what he was saying, I'm gonna go kill some people, jack a car, and and then I can possibly do the story. Or they have side missions in San Andreas too, so you can do whatever you want to do.
All I was doing was killing people and jacking shit. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I know you wasn't playing the game. You got to play the game. You got to get into the storyline and actually get into what the game is about. Like, I was being facetious at the same time because I would sometimes just come home from work. I get off that goddamn truck. I'm mad as shit. I roll up a blunt, and me and CJ run around fucking shit up. just to get shit off. Like, I hop in a car, I steal a cop car, and just run on a chase and just start drive-bying on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Just for the fuck of it. And then I put that code in, get that heat off my back, and go actually do a mission. You know? Like, you got to get into the mission, really. Like, that, I really feel like you would really like that game if you got into it like that, because, like how you said, things that I know about, like, I had stopped playing video games after Genesis. I had stopped. I wasn't on PS1, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped. Like, again, like, and I'm, because it wasn't an everyday thing for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just over time, like, I just lost interest like that. My cousin, who I just mentioned, who said, and again, I say says because he's a dope addict, so I don't know if it's the truth or not, but who just got off his murder case, I went to go visit him back when this shit came out. I didn't know about this game at all. I'm in his crib, and he's playing this game, and I'm just watching him snatch people out of cars and all this other shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? He's like, GTA 3, you never heard of it? I'm like, no, nigga, you know I don't play games. He's like, man, play this shit. I'm like, nah, I just watch you play it. I'm just rolling up smoking, and I'm like, this nigga is wild. Because again, much to Sever's point, my cousin was a car thief coming up. He was a nigga, he'll steal cars, you know, donuts in the intersection, all that wild shit. That was him, you know? So to see him playing this game and having fun with it, I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of crazy. And then he went to sleep. That's when I played. And I was like, oh, I gotta get what it is. And the very next week, I went and got whatever, I think that was GTA 3. Yeah, that was on PS2.
Mm-hmm.
On PS2. I went and got a PS2 and got that game. And it was over. You know, it was over. Like, the only other games I got after that, I might have got I did get Live. Again, didn't hold my attention. The NBA Live shit didn't hold my attention. But then I got I started getting into like the Rockstar games, like Manhunt, you know, things of that nature, you know what I mean? But GTA was the shit, bro, like for real. Cause right after that,
definitely
like the offshoot game, the Miami shit. Like not even when
Vice City.
Not that one. I mean, cause I had that too also, because Vice City came, I think that was before San Andreas, right?
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they actually put out another game that was a byproduct of Vice City. I forgot the name of it. But I had that one too. But it was GTA. They put you in different cities, you know what I'm saying, all types of shit. Like, and if you've been to the city, you recognize this shit. Cause like, damn, like, you know, I have been to Miami a couple of times. So Vice City is like, oh shit. They actually
I've been there.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, I'm definitely more a Madden guy.
The visitors like, oh shit, this shit look actually like this shit. Like, okay, got it.
My shit is way more Madden 2K, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. Like, I mean, of course, as a martial artist, I love those games. And Madden and 2K is more just the athletic side that I don't play no more, like in real life. So, but they got a Liberty City.
Yeah,
but that was for after Grand Theft Auto 4 came out. What I think E is talking about is Grand Theft Auto Advance.
I'm talking about Liberty City.
Because Liberty City Stories came out in 2004 and 2005, and San Andreas came out, I think, before that. Because, hold on. Oh no, you're right. Because they did another one, I thought, where it coincided with Grand Theft Auto 4, but I'm looking at it now and it says it was a prequel to Vice City.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Liberty City Stories. I had that too.
Liberty City.
Man,
yeah. It was Vice City Stories. Vice City Stories. Liberty City Stories is different. Vice City Stories is the prequel.
Okay. I
Vice
I,
City.
I just know they got 2 games based on Miami, and it was in
Right.
one. You know what I'm saying? Like I had both of those 2, and then the San Andreas was like, oh, this is nuts. Then after that, after San Andreas, then you had to get a new system for the new game. And again, I was out the game, but I was like, I'm not buying that goddamn.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
it. If I got to do all that, I ain't in it. I'm cool.
Yeah, you spending $500, $500 just to get a $60 game.
Yeah, because
Fuck that shit.
like me getting that PS2 was not by regular means anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling about that.
I
I had a feeling about that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I wasn't paying full price for that shit. I'm like, oh, you got them for how much? I need 10 of those.
Man, the flyest shit in the world to me for when I was playing like the Def Jam shit was I would take 2 niggas that I used to want to see battle in rapping and make them fight each other. Like y'all niggas fight not rap against each other, but we about to battle now, motherfucker. Let's get it. Like that was my shit.
Hey, but let me ask you this: if they do a reboot, right? What rappers today they gonna put on it?
The same ones. If it's a reboot, then it's gonna be the same. Oh, well,
But
no,
some
they're
of them
gonna have
artists ain't
like
on
an
Def Jam no
expansion
more.
pack. They're gonna have an expansion pack.
Yeah, some of them artists ain't on Def Jam no more. So
I feel like the original guys from the first ones, they're gonna be like, they got to be accessible through something.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I think that the powers that be are gonna be like, well, we still gotta appeal to a younger generation. I feel like they're gonna try to throw the current younger artists up there as the.
Oh yeah, I already know which ones they're gonna put in there. They
well,
put fucking 21 Savage and Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg in Call of Duty. So
They did.
yeah,
I can see
I used to
2
love Call of Duty.
Chains.
I used to love Call of Duty.
I can see 2 Chains.
Ice
Big
Cube was
Sean
in
Davies.
Call of Duty as a voice.
Oh
And,
shit!
I think it was the original Black Ops.
Yeah.
I can't play that game neither.
Medal of Honor was the one I used to like.
Oh, okay.
I can't play
I
that.
didn't play that one.
I can't play none of them shooter games. I start having flashbacks. I might fuck something up, yo. Like I can't do it. I've been around too many guns going on. Like, so that shit started making me think, especially because niggas like to turn the volume up all loud, and I'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on in here, man? Hold up, what are y'all doing? This is crazy. I can't do this."
The worst shit is when somebody does that, but you're playing online and you can hear the shit in a microphone.
I said, like, what niggas you playing? What niggas is turning up the volume at your house?
I mean, we're not gonna be playing at my house no way because I ain't got no system. But like, yeah, like that's part of the problem too, right there. So like, I thought about getting one because I do like I do kind of miss coming home from work after having a rough day and just sitting down running a couple games of 2K to get my mind off of shit and then getting back to whatever I got to do. I kind of miss that, but by the same token, I got so much to do. I don't have time to squeeze those 2 games of 2K in. So I'm like, I just got to get to work. It is what it is. But I mean, you was talking about who they would put on it now, and I was looking at the current Def Jam roster and was like, well, I mean, they got some people they could put on it. They got Fab, they got Pusha, they got Davies, 2 Chainz, Big Sean. I can see Coco Jones. Huff. Have y'all seen Bel Air? Yeah, I know you seen Bel Air. You seen Bel Air?
I think I told you to watch.
Indeed, yeah, bro. Just watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch it. Benny, of course. But I mean, that's a pretty good start. But I mean, yeah, you got the guys that were originally there. You definitely got to have some way to access them coming back into the game. You know what I'm saying? So, what cost them right there? Because it was a whole lot easier to do it when they were signed to Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? Now that they're out of those situations, most of them, and off to whatever else they're doing, you don't got the same. There's not the same measure of control there. So now it's kind of like, oh, we got to cut you a bigger check.
Wrong. That's what perpetuity means. so
well,
I got a feeling that that's not the case for a lot of the artists.
If I ever see that word in the fucking contract, I'm burning that shit.
Well, just depends on what it says before it.
You can't have nothing in mind forever, dog. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Again, like I said, before it. You know, the perpetuity might be in your favor. You just never know.
No doubt.
But
I feel that's true. And now if it's something that's gonna work to my benefit, of course, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, because think about it, like how you just said, like it's artists that was on Def Jam that's not on Def Jam no more. Like, not that anybody would care, but like, I don't mean it like that, but like, Nas was a Def Jam artist.
Mm-hmm.
do you not put him on the game? What that contract say? We gonna put this nigga in here. What that contract say?
Well, yeah, true that. Now, if a nigga's smart, even if you got that dumb word in your contract, you're smart enough to play around, to have your lawyer play around it enough that even if they do put you in that game and you're not on Def Jam no more, you still get paid for it. And if you weren't, then okay. Okay. But I mean, yeah, I would hope that they would be smart enough to know, hey, at some point this could potentially turn into something different and I need to be covered. If you're gonna take this aspect forever, then at least I need to get paid for that. At least I need to get paid for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Depends on what the words in front of perpetuity say. Perpetuity is not necessarily a bad thing.
I can say somebody, I guarantee you got that word in their contract.
It's
Young
that own,
Buck.
again, it's that own for.
True indeed. Hell yeah. And that's the part I gotta remember. Like a lot of times I'll be thinking about shit from the concept of common sense as opposed to thinking about business. Like common sense would say, once that contract's done, you should have no ownership of me. But that word changes that whole aspect. As a matter of fact, the way most contracts in the music business are set up changes that aspect. Once you leave the label, that's why niggas is fighting to get their old masters. Like, dog, I've been off this label for 10 years. I'm still trying to get my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. I'll never understand that. But
I understand it. Because they walk into it without owning it. The contract already says you don't have it. That's the part that I think that people be fucking up at. Like, there's like, yeah, I'm trying to get them back down. Like, people like, why don't you have them? Because I signed them away when I signed up.
Because I signed this contract out of desperation and wasn't thinking about what it meant. You know what I'm saying?
No, or even if not desperate, you just might not fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like or you might not get the. I was just watching somebody talk about this the other day, but it was like, to your desperation point, it was like, a motherfucker will know, like, nigga, this piece of paper will lock you in for years and you can't get shit out of it. And that motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck. I live in the projects. It's 10 of us in a 2-bedroom crib. It's roaches and rats everywhere. I need this 60,000 right now to get us the fuck out of here. So it's like, so even with the lawyer telling you, bro, don't do that. Shit, you see where the fuck we at? Doing that.
That changed everything.
They're like, I got to get my masters back. You never had them. Like, what the fuck? You never had them.
You got to get them. You ain't got to get them back. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you got to get them. You never had them, nigga.
Get my masters back. What? You put one word too many in there. You put the wrong word at the end of that sentence, nigga. Shit. Hey, man, I'm gonna say. I don't. That part. Publish. At the end of the day, the publisher might end up meaning more, depending on what happened. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how it played. But I mean, of course, it would be to your benefit to have both. But depending on how you play it,
because what it is like the masters is what determines when the music gets replicated for other things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But publishing, if you don't own your masters, even if you have at least 50% publishing, whatever they do with that shit, you still getting that 50% each time.
Every time.
Through perpetuity, nigga. You still getting that if you have your publishing. Or a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? So of course, like, full ownership is the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the goal. But understand what it is you're doing. Because you can have 100% of your masters, but if your masters ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to
100% of nothing is still nothing.
Yeah. Nobody wants to reproduce anything with this, like, make compilations out of it. Like, because that was a big thing. Like, it was the compilations back in the day. Like, we put out these compilations, we put out these soundtracks. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's where masters come into play. Whoever control the master can do that.
Oh yeah, all those now CDs. Now like now 5,000
greatest hits.
Now 5,000 starring Ariana Grande and A Boogie with the hoodie. Right.
Fuck, man, they took that Ariana Grande song and turned it into a house record. Same words, they put the music behind it. You know what I'm saying? Masters allow you to do that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, speaking of being allowed to do things, poor Young Buck, man. I feel real bad for that brother, man, because he fucked around and went to war with the wrong guy. Bro, listen. If it's one motherfucker in this world I don't want to go into a war words or anything else with, it's 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
It's 50 Cent, yeah. I don't want to have to deal with Curtis, though. I don't want to have to deal with Curtis. And it's not a matter of fear as much as it's a matter of it's never going to end. Like it's never going to end. Like it's people that I had beef with. I'll be honest about some shit. It's a motherfucker that I had that snuck me in 7th grade, sucker punched me, 7th grade. And I never got to get him back. To this very day, I keep saying if I ever see him anywhere, I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
7th grade.
Only because it was so disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
See, you're 12.
I'm just saying. I can hold a grudge too, bro. Like, and I know I shouldn't.
Oh,
a lot of times
yeah.
I shouldn't.
That's you just said that when you said it happened when you was in 7th grade. And you said, oh yeah, that's
Yeah. I mean, I can hold a grudge, man. I'm just saying, like, but nobody hold a grudge better than 50. I don't think. Like, think about the beefs that he squashed.
I think he do it for fun, yo.
I think so too.
I don't even think he mean that shit. That shit is funny to him.
He get a kick out of it, yeah.
Yeah. I do.
Shit. Man, Buck said,
but yeah,
what did he say?
But Buck said, man, Buck said, why you don't want me to feed my kids? You know? I mean, like the only reason why we laughing is because of like the shit we've seen 50 do to Buck in the past. Like,
Bro,
if none of that shit ever happens and we only hear this interview, you know what I'm saying? We're like, oh shit, like it's fucked up what 50 doing to you. But we know why he doing it. Because of the past. Yeah. 50, I love you. I don't even fucking know you. I love you, bro.
All the way live. Hey, Buck, hey, don't get it fucked up, Buck. I got love for you too, dog.
And I got niggas on 130 and 134.
Yeah, I mean.
Southside.
I used to fuck around on God Brew a little something. You know what I mean?
You know?
Just fuck around on God Brew a little something. No doubt.
Mr. Clay good.
Say what?
Nah, just shouting out my niggas. Mr. Clay was good. Rel was good. Big Bliss was good. Southside.
Man, y'all already know what it is. Now, I know that Mojo specifically said he brought that to the table about like the beef lasted forever. And I mean, to me, I take it kind of the same way you do, E. With 50 in most cases. He's just having fun. It's just funny to him at this point. You know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily have any ill will towards a person. At this point, it's just fun. And either you can find a way to deal with it or not, or you can just keep taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the choice is yours. But you know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm gonna have fun with it. The problem I have with this whole scenario is this. And I said this from the beginning. Buck could have just dropped the young from his name and kept making music. If 50 Cent owns the right to your name or to anything that you did regarding G Unit, drop young from your name and just be Buck and go make music and go do what you got to do. You're blaming him for holding up your career because you aren't thinking outside of the box. You keep thinking that this G Unit vehicle is going to be what moves you, but 50 don't want anything to do with you in that capacity. So make a decision to do something different. Stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. If you keep going to the same door because you're starving every night to try to get something to eat and these people never open the door for you, why keep going back to the door? It's another door right there. And it's wide open. And they like, yo, we got pizza and soda and all the good shit in here. And you just like, but nah, I want this food over here.
I want that
nigga. Yeah. You only want that pizza because it's already cooked. You just got to put this one in the oven. But you don't want to do the work. And I'm not saying Buck don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a lazy guy. Not saying that. But what I am saying is you have other alternatives, bro. You keep running into that brick wall because you won't get off that highway. That's all I'm saying. That's all. But I do think it's crazy that it's lasted this long.
you know what's fucked up? So like even back to the perpetuity thing, right? Buck can change his name, but you know what he probably can't do in that situation is ever put his face on anything.
Change his
face. Because probably owns that likeness.
That nigga change his face. Wear a mask, nigga. It worked for Ghostface.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to do that or something.
And Easy E for a moment.
You know?
Yeah, he gonna have to do something, man. Cause like dog, 50 don't let shit go. Like him and Game still at it. still at it. Bro,
Him
that's
and Ja
been
Rule,
20 years ago. Him and Ja Rule still at it. Like, that
Rick
was 20
Ross.
plus years ago. Him and Ross, that shit superseded rap a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically speaking, it had superseded rap for 50 from the beginning. He wasn't gonna make a record about him. He was on some other shit. Ross made the record. You know what I'm saying? And then 50 made the record. Now, this is one thing I gotta say for Rick Ross. I personally, as much as I may not be a fan of Rick Ross, I appreciated the way he handled that. He made his joint and was like, boom, there you go. 50 dropped the joint and he was like, nah, that ain't it, yo. Go back. Try again. It's okay. It's okay. I understand you was rushing. It's all right. Try it again. That ain't it, though. You know what I'm saying? Banks took shots at him. Banks raps better than Rick Ross. But he was like, hey, I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to you. I was like, yeah, Fifth, you got a point there. You know what I'm saying? You can't send your young boy to handle your business when he talking to you. He ain't sent Meek. He came himself. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying who won or lost in that situation because it's still ongoing. There is no winner or loser. But I will say, Ross handled it the most effective way I've ever seen anybody deal with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But poor Buck, he just, oh, I don't mean to laugh at this nigga, dog, but I'm just saying, like, there has to be a point where you realize, I can't do that. Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors is a prime example of somebody making the realization that I can't do that here. I'm never going to win playing with this nigga on this team. Let me go over here. Let me go over here because we not getting ready to get this done over here. Let me go over here with these guys. And then what happened? 2 back-to-back. Would have been 3 if he didn't get hurt. I honestly believe that. So what do you do when the beef goes on forever? How do you deal with it? But can the beef go on forever if it's one-sided?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, if you mean in terms of like just the energy around it, probably not. But if you're the person who has a problem, 50 Cent, yeah, it can.
Okay.
But I guess because I look at it like this: if it's one-sided now, it's somebody just picking. You're just picking out a motherfucker now. You know what I'm saying? It's the other person's not participating in it.
That reminds me of like Lord Jamar and Eminem. And the high horse that he was on about, Eminem being weird and being this white boy and stuff like that, and Eminem not really paying it no mind because it's like nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, but no beef though. I don't even.
And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that because if somebody's not participating, you're absolutely right. It's just picking. You end up looking more like the jackass at the end of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You just pick. You just. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody will care because the other person isn't participating. The person you're talking to don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So nobody else
That's
is.
real shit. That's real shit.
I say what you got, whatever. Even like with the 50 and Raw shit, like I don't remember the songs that 50 put out. For that shit, like at all. Yeah. So I can't even decide who won, whatever. I just know that so far as the courses that they took, Rick Ross just kept making music. Like that was the problem. I think that in hindsight, a lot of motherfuckers had with 50. They was entertaining the bullshit. So that you going back and forth with the nigga. So like now it's like, okay, we got something to watch. Rick Ross said, I ain't entertaining that shit. I ain't entertaining it. I'm gonna just keep making good music. And people just gravitated to the good music. Rick Ross survived a lot of shit in hip hop that you would think that the average person wouldn't be able to get past.
The CO shit.
Yeah. Like that's the biggest one. That's the biggest one. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers didn't care because he kept making good music. He kept making music that people liked. So people didn't care. So like even with this Gunna shit, like and reaching, but Gunna kept making music that people liked. They ain't give a fuck what happened.
Because most of the people that's gonna buy your records anyway don't give 2 fucks about the street shit. They don't give a fuck about no street code. Like you a snitch, oh fucking well, you make dope music. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? And it's other, but then there are also niggas that's supposed to care about street codes that still be like, fuck, that is dope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I mean, okay, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna listen to Gunna one way or the other. I don't give a fuck to listen to it because it just ain't my type of music. But I always found that weird though. I did find it strange I found it strange at first. Let me take that back. I found it strange at first until I made the realization that many of the people who are going to support your music are doing it simply because you're talking about something that they're not living, not because y'all are talking about y'all living the same experience. People that live the same experience as you may support your music. They're gonna listen, but how far the support goes may be different because the person that don't live your same experience may be in a better financial position to support you the way that you expect that support to come. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, you got you got middle class, upper class fucking white kids in Missouri buying Gunna album because it sound good, and it's telling this side of it that they don't get the experience over dope beats and it's slapping. You know what I'm saying? They don't give two shits about if you told on nobody, if they don't care about none of that shit because it doesn't affect their life at all. They don't give a fuck. That only means something to niggas. That means something too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it, and I wish that it was 50 Cent dodge 50 Cent I ducked the fucking snitch allegation. You know what I'm saying? T.I. been ducking snitch allegations half his fucking career at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that shit come back, but it only means something to us. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't mean shit to the motherfuckers buying all them albums.
That shit don't mean nothing.
They
don't mean nothing to me.
Well, when I say us, I don't mean you. I don't mean us personally. I'm talking about what I mean.
Rappers.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there just to give my point of view on it. Like, I don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this for me, my identity ain't theirs. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't personally get wrapped up in all of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was listening to the person before, the music just got to stay good. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not so far as like, because 9 times out of 10, with any of these situations, I don't know the people in it. You know what I'm saying? The situation ain't nowhere near me. And third, it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? Like the only situation with all of this shit. So like what you said with Gunna, I never listen. The only time I've ever heard a Gunna song was probably in a bar somewhere, and I didn't know that's who the fuck it was. I don't know Gunna music, so I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I used to listen to R. Kelly. Until I saw that tape. And after that, it was just like, okay, like this is outrageous. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like my point being, I get why people will still fuck with it. It don't affect them. It don't. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, all these motherfuckers who are holding up these street codes, they not in the street no way. Oh, them niggas are snitching. Shut up, man. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Like, do you even know snitches? Personally. I know niggas who snitched. I know niggas who been snitched on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thanks.
And I'm not condoning none of that shit. My point being is like, if anybody, much to Seven's point, motherfuckers who actually live that life, it matters to them. But 9 times out of 10, these people are not music aficionados like other music aficionados. They're just not.
Even if they love to listen to the music, they're not the ones running out to buy it. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that's hearing it on the streaming service, or they getting the CD from their man that got it around the corner, or whatever the case. Like they not buy. Trust me when I tell you, your local neighborhood hustler nigga is not running to the record store to buy your shit. He's not running to Apple Music to buy your shit. He'll hear it when it come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in his mind, the thing for me is this, and I agree with you 100% on the R. Kelly point, because as soon as I saw the tape, it was over for me. You know what I'm saying? And him even being on songs that I like ruined those songs for me. So like I can't listen. Like when I listen to Life After Death, I have to skip Fucking You Tonight now. I can't listen to it. And that pisses me off because I love the song. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to Twister, when I get on my Twister shit, I can't listen to So Sexy. That's one of my favorite Twister songs. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga's on it. He ruined it for me. So that was one. Now the only time that it makes any differential to me is very simple. First of all, most of the people who fall into the category that they get talked about any of these things, like you said, I don't listen to them anyway. I never listened to 6ix9ine. I never listened to Gunna. Like a lot of the times this shit come up, there be people I don't listen to anyway. I don't listen to Rick Ross really. So like even when the CO shit came up, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't listen to this nigga anyway. I don't care.
I ain't
You know
give
what
a
I'm saying?
fuck. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
just
what
become
do
a
you think
principle.
about Rick Ross and him being a correctional officer? How does that make you feel?
Give a
Fuck
fuck.
out here.
I feel like that nigga had a job. That's what I feel like.
My pops was a CO. That don't mean shit. My pops was a CO. And not even defending Rick Ross. I know the shit my pops was into as a CO. So I mean, what the fuck are we talking about?
I was in prison, so I know what the COs was on.
Right. And that part.
I know what type of time they was on. Like, shit. Bro, I'm gonna tell you something good. Motherfuckers always talk about the undercurrent economy that exists in prison. Do you think that's possible without the COs participating? Do you think it's possible that any of that occurs going in or out without the COs participating? It's fucking impossible. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the 70s, dog. It's 2024. You're not getting nothing in and out of there without them knowing. And more importantly, that CO knows, and if the CO knows, the warden knows. They getting a cut or whatever the fuck you doing. Now, the reason why it's so separated is if it ever come down and fall on the CO head, the warden got plausible deniability. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't have to put his hands on nothing at that level. And we get into a whole different conversation at this point. But I'm just saying, that's why that CO shit didn't slap me like it slapped everybody else. I made jokes about it, sure. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than that, it was just like, whatever. At a point, it's got to be about the principle. You know what I'm saying? Principally, he had a job. Cool. Whatever. That doesn't, whatever. You snitched. You might have snitched. Okay. You ain't snitch on me. You ain't snitch on nobody I know. You a rat. I don't listen to your music anyway. And now that I know you a rat, I would never hang around your ass. So, that's as far as it go for me.
That's it. That's it. Like, I don't get up in arms. I don't care. Like, and now I'm about to really jump out there on a limb. I'm not a Rick Ross fan, but I never listened to an album until after the goddamn allegations.
That part.
Or, I mean, fuck the allegations until the pictures came out. I never listened to a whole Rick Ross album until after that shit came out. And then I was like, damn, I see why these little niggas like this motherfucker. I see it. Like, shit, I see it.
He be talking that shit, yo. He be talking that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
The music was good. So, like, what he proved was the same thing, really, that Ja Rule was proving at one point till he lost it. Just keep making good music, bro. Just keep making music that people like, and have your career. Fuck what this nigga saying on the side. You know,
50 was punching that nigga in the ribs. 50 was like, ugh.
As 50 should be punching at Ja Rule. You standing right beside the niggas who try to have me killed. I get it.
Thanks.
But the rest of the niggas is like, come on, bro. Like, you ain't got to be leaning on Buck like that.
Nah, man.
Like, at this point, you just bully. You just bullying the nigga now. You ain't got to lean on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, the shit, game feeds into it. And typically, game jumps that shit off first. So, like, I get why 50 got shit to say about him. And even then, 50 kind of, like, don't really be feeding into it. He'll say maybe one or two things. But in an interview, he ain't talking about that nigga. Game will bring that nigga up. And Slick this one.
I'm gonna tell you why I lost, other than his weird ass behavior. And this ain't even on the list, but I'm glad you brought Game up because it's a reason why I don't fuck with him the way I think I used to. I used to fuck with him and be like, okay, the antics are what they are. It's whatever, man. It is what it is. I like your music. It's cool. I think you can rap. That's cool. This is my problem. You went through this whole drawn out mess with Eminem that he didn't even hardly acknowledge. And because he didn't hardly acknowledge and it didn't do what you thought it was gonna do, I feel like you transferred the narrative to something else. Oh, I just did that Eminem diss because I was mad at Dr. Dre. I mean, maybe that is why you did it. But Dr. Dre is still Dr. Dre. Why you ain't just say his name? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just said his name. Don't be dissing a nigga by proxy. Talk about who the fuck you trying to talk about. That's sucker shit. And I thought you was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I thought you've been telling us for 10 years you a gangster. So I mean, what the fuck? I got a problem with that. Because I ain't never gonna take a shot at somebody next to you if I meant to shoot at you. Never.
Mhm.
If I got something to say to a nigga, I'm gonna say it to them. Because I don't give a fuck who's standing next to you. Go get them. Line them niggas up. I'll take all of y'all. Let's go. But the first shot going directly to who the fuck it's supposed to go to. I don't got to shoot at the nigga next to you. So, same reason, same way I felt about Memphis Bleak dumbass jumping out the window when that shit with Jay and Nas popped off. That was stupid. He said he thought Nas was talking about him on Nostradamus when he said,
Let
"You want a ball till you fall? I can help you with that. Yeah, so I can let a slug melt in your hat. Who else be wearing a hat? But nigga, everybody wear hats. The fuck are you talking about?"
Bleak also said, "Ball to your fall." That was my hook.
Yeah, but niggas been saying that shit for how long?
I know, but I hear you. I mean, Bleak did jump out the window, but again, at the same time, but the recency was there.
I feel you, no doubt. I agree with that. You're right.
The recency was there. So again, like, not that I agree with him, but I see how he came to that conclusion. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like somebody elbowed him to do it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. He was probably in the studio with Beans and State Property. Them niggas like, "Hey, bro, you know he was talking about you, right?"
Right. You know.
That shit is wild, yo. That
Yeah.
shit is wild. I don't know. I'm bugging.
They talk about me. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I be thinking a lot of times that these niggas is weirdos anyway, because I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I will say this though. 50, I wish you would. I heard somebody say to me one time, "I wish 50 Cent would grow up." And I was like, "What do you mean exactly?" I don't think what he's doing is any sign of immaturity at all. I think he knows exactly what he's doing, and he does it because people are like, "I wish he would just make music." When was the last time 50 Cent exclusively focused on making music? How long ago was that? It's been a minute now. That's not his primary focus anymore. You know what I'm saying? He'll give you a dope theme song for his show. Might do a feature here or there. Went on the tour, but he called it the farewell tour. Think about it.
Right. I know something towards the end, the farewell or final lap or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the final lap, some shit like that. Yeah, the final lap. Yeah, some shit like that. But like, so quit talking about, "Oh man, I wish 50 would just." 50 Cent ain't been worried about music in a while. Watch the shows, enjoy the theme songs, and be done with that. But if that's the case, all of these niggas that still trying to make music, leave them alone, man. Just let that nigga eat. It's cool. It ain't gonna affect you one way or the other at this point. But yeah,
you know what? And this is the last time I'm gonna bring it up. Even talking about this shit, I think 50 fucking with Buck because Buck never repaid him.
I can see that.
Because we've heard the story of how Buck had tax problems, I think twice. And the first time 50 bailed him out, and I think the second time 50 bailed him out too. And Buck still fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? So, 50 like, "Nigga, get my money on Monday."
I want my money by Monday. I want my $75 on Friday.
Did that shit start with Buck or it started with somebody else? "I want my money by Monday."
I think that started with somebody else that just transferred the Buck. I can't remember who it started with. It might have been Buck though. Now that
Buck got some of that. Buck got some of that though. Like he definitely, Like, "I want my money by Monday."
Oh hell
So
yeah!
I really think that's what it is. 50 like, man, you just you fucking the trust. Like, bro, like I came back to you and whatever. Like, damn.
Well, while we talking about pointless beef, Cameron Giles, brother. Cameron Giles, brother. Listen, I get it. I've watched you your whole career, and I know this is just you being you. I get it, and I normally love you being you. This is a lie, dog. Come on, man. Leave that girl alone. Leave that woman alone. Come on, yo. She he ODing now. He ODing now. Like, I'm like, dog, like, realistically speaking, I would rather you. Now, mind you, I know why you're shooting at her. And
What'd he do?
that apology sound.
Oh, what'd he do? Tell
that's
what
right.
He did.
Okay, so recently, on Mace and Cam's podcast, it is what it is. They had Jermaine Dupri and Nelly on. So at a point, Jermaine Dupri goes live on Instagram while they're in the studio. And he's, going around the room showing everybody that's there. And he gets the Cameron. And Cameron has on a pair of jeans with Melissa Ford's face in the crotch area with her mouth open. Like, now for those who don't know, and I don't know, if you listen to podcasts, you should know, but if you don't know, a while back, a little bit back, I think it was before the new year came in. Yeah, it was. It was at the end of last year. They brought up Mason Cam came up in a segment on the Joe Budden podcast where they were talking about them being in a building that may have had women who were working, who were utilizing their bodies for financial means.
A whorehouse. A whorehouse.
No doubt. A whorehouse.
No doubt.
That was the term used. Whorehouse.
Yes. New Year's resolution. No tiptoeing. I got you. They was in a whorehouse. And Melissa Ford, whorehouse. That should just sound funny in 2024, dog. But I'm just saying.
Whorehouse. Really say whorehouse? Like, holy shit. Okay.
Right. You could have said brothel or any of that shit. But yeah. So Melissa Ford insinuated that there may have been underage women in there, not taking into account that at the time, if you think about the time frame they're talking about, Mace and Cam also were not legally adults, so to speak. So Cam fired back. Melissa Ford did offer what I considered a half-hearted apology. So I understood his initial response to that. Like don't give me a half-ass apology. Keep that shit. If that's what it is, just keep it. I get it. Boom. And in my opinion, it should have been dead right there. Before it to get to this point, it's kind of like, come on, Cam. Like, come on, Cam. What are we doing, man? Like, I'm pretty sure there are other targets that are actually going to fight you back that you could deal with. Melissa Ford is not going to go to war with you, bro, because she can't win that. There's no way she can't win it. So she's not going to go to war with you. And right now, you just look ridiculous, like you're taking shots at a woman. You look crazy right now.
You're bullying. That's low key bullying there.
Facts. You look fucking crazy. Like, you look fucking crazy.
Yeah, like when you sent that shit, I was like, I didn't know what you was talking about. Then I saw, I was like, oh man, this is stupid as hell.
Yeah, it's stupid as fuck.
It's stupid as hell. But I think also when it comes to that though, Cam is leaning into the branding of that aspect of his personality.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So like, because I don't think the jeans was ever meant to be seen on camera. Especially when you're saying how it came up. You said it came up on JD's live.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
That was yeah.
Yeah, but I think Cam's a business person.
Indeed.
He's pretty good at marketing too. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Let me go ahead and lean into that a little bit.
Oh God. If we talking about leaning into something, and I know I gotta hurry up and get out of here, but we gotta do this. We got to do this. Mojo, I gotta talk about your cousin.
That's my
guy. For those of y'all that don't know, Mojo is it Threads or one of them is at Mojito Brown. So when I saw that there was another Brown in the news, I figured maybe this is Mojo's cousin. And sure fucking enough, I clicked the link and it was Orlando. Mojo, what's wrong with your man, dog? What's wrong with your boy?
I love Orlando Brown. So not only is he, one of the greatest cast members on That's So Raven, but he also started the Illuminati. Who would have fucking thought? No, man, he's now, and I'm like seriously concerned about the guy. He makes great music, but he's talking about how much it angers him about how much people talk shit about the Illuminati. He was like, if I'm Jesus, I would think that I did. I don't know what the fuck he's even saying.
Oh my God, bro.
Like it's crazy. And like all the rest of it is talking about Diddy and the scandal that he's been dealing with and stuff like that. And he's talking about how Diddy's one of his best friends and all this other shit. Every time that Orlando Brown is in the media, it's over some bizarre shit. It's never.
He said he's talking about Diddy's sexual allegation charges, like hazing, getting into a fucking fraternity.
Right. Yeah.
The fuck?
It's gonna keep hazing you and hazing you and hazing you until you are a part of the fraternity. Doesn't make sense, bro. None of it makes sense.
Do you remember back last year when this motherfucker said Tupac? Oh my bad, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say it definitely won't make sense because we're just reading from it. Like with Orlando Brown, you gotta watch the interview. Now, yes. I have not watched it. I do not plan on watching it. I don't have the patience to sit through schizophrenia.
Yeah, bro. It's
And
something
that's
wrong
what
with
he,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That shit's funny though. That nigga say he made the Illuminati though.
This nigga said Keefy D and Tupac the same person.
Yeah. I forgot about that part.
That's old. And that's old.
Yeah, that happened like last year. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
like
old.
Still funny as
I
fuck.
was like, bro, he
Yeah.
said
What are
about
you
how you
talking
gonna
about?
arrest the person that died. How you gonna arrest him if you the person that died? Bro, what the fuck? Yo, dog, listen. I played football with a lot of niggas that ran head to head with a lot of niggas. Case in point. Y'all ever seen the Carter documentary, Lil Wayne's documentary, The Carter? It came out a while back. There's a
Not that
really
documentary.
big light-skinned guy, really big light-skinned brother that was his bodyguard. His name is John Stevens. Oh, his name is John. I can't remember his last name. John Stevens played for us. His name is John something. He played for Fayetteville 71st High School in football. We scrimmaged them my senior year. I didn't play defense very often. I played safety in this scrimmage though, just because I wanted to get the reps in case I had to do it in the game. I start backpedaling and realized that it's a dump off pass to the tight end. Now, mind you, in high school, I was 6'3", 165 to 70 pounds at the most. Stick figure. I was just really fast. This gentleman,
There's no
even in
wind
high
resistance
school,
in between your bones. Does that make sense?
bruh, this nigga was like 6'5" and every bit of almost 300 pounds. And he plays tight end and he can run. I start backpedaling.
That's fucking scary.
They dump the ball off to this nigga and I take off. Because in my mind, my job is to tackle this nigga. I'm not thinking about the fact that when you take a movable object, you know what I'm saying? He's clearly going to be the immovable object in this case. You know what I'm saying? I'm not meeting this with equal force because I only weigh 170 pounds soaking wet. I run up on him. Wow, we don't even hit head to head. I hit his shoulder pads or some shit. And I thought it was Saturday. That was a Thursday night that we was doing this scrimmage. I thought it was Saturday. That happened from running into a nigga's shoulder pads. I know niggas that hit head to head, boom, 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 boom. And I'm surprised these niggas are not walking around. I can't use that fucking word because people are so goddamn sensitive. They're walking around like they ain't got it all. I'll just say that. It makes me wonder. This nigga was on TV when he was a kid. You ain't had time to play football. What the fuck happened to you? Like, I agree with the potential of schizophrenia. Like, there's so much that I see when I see him talk to people that makes me worry for him. I'm like, yo, something's very wrong with this young brother, and nobody's, you know what I'm saying? They would just keep it in front of the camera.
Yeah, just from living out here and seeing like the level of drugs that's prevalent here, I think like drugs open up the schizophrenia. I don't know if like in a lot of cases, I don't think these motherfuckers just walk around and that switch just flips or just slides off the scale. I think the drugs open that shit up, and we know Orlando Brown had a history. You know what I'm saying? So I think what we're getting is the residual effects of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he just can't snap back. You know, and so in his head, the joke's on you. Because he knows he's saying he knows it. The joke's on you in his head.
Y'all gonna keep putting me in front of cameras and paying me to do this shit, and y'all know I'm talking crazy? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like, you know, even this Tupac.
EVD is too, bro. That was an all-time. That one and I created the Illuminati. Those two are now the my top two Orlando Brown moments, like ever. Like I'm like, yo, this guy. Do yourself a favor, Orlando. Go get some help, brother. And y'all motherfuckers in the media, stop putting this nigga in front of cameras when y'all know he ain't right, yo. Stop doing this shit. Because at a point, this starts to feel like abuse that you keep putting him in front of cameras and
like you
exposing
trying to
the
get like it's a
entirety.
clout chase.
Yeah. Like that shit crazy. I don't understand, man. Like I just wish that we could get to a point in this world where what's best for the person next to you, across from you, whatever, starts to become the thing that you consider. Like right now, people don't like. I always thought the world was I don't give a fuck. I think the world is ultra I don't give a fuck right now. You know what I'm saying? So I wish we could like turn back the clock just a little bit, maybe, and try to fix some of this shit, man. Because
dealing with people, you realize how many people don't give a fuck about the shit that you do.
Facts.
You know, even when you assemble for the same goal, you really realize how many people don't give a fuck about what the hell everybody's supposed to be giving a fuck about.
Thank you.
Shit is crazy.
I'm glad somebody else said it. I'm glad
Yeah,
somebody
shit
else said it.
crazy, man. Sorry, I'm doing the same thing I told you not to do, but it's something personal that I got going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's motherfuckers who came together for one common goal. Somebody needed some help, then they stepped out after they got the help they needed, and it was like, fuck y'all.
Oh, that's some fuck shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not the statement wasn't there, it's the action.
Right.
The action, like, fuck y'all. So it's like, oh, you really didn't give a fuck this entire time. You was just doing what you needed to do to get the way you wanted to be. Because you didn't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't give a fuck about the same thing. They just don't, even assemble for the same cause, supposedly. You know, that's a big reason why you got to have meetings, because motherfuckers' minds go astray. Like, we got to bring you back to this.
I mean, even during the meetings, it'll go astray.
Right.
We seen that a million times.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. We was in a takeover meeting once. I'm looking dead at Mojo's face, and I realized the moment when he checked out. he was like, yeah. Then all of a sudden, it was like, and I was like, what the fuck is he looking at? I looked off to the side. I was like, there's nothing there. Like, oh, he's gone. He has no idea what's happening right now. This nigga is gone with the wind. Oh shit, that shit was hilarious. But I get it, like, cause sometimes in a meeting, shit go like this. It go just like this the entire time. It's just going around in a circle, around and around and around and around, and it never gets to the finish line. It's just going around in a circle. So, and by that point, by the time we get to the second revolution, my nigga, I'm already thinking about what I'm having for lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I got to do when this shit is over. Like, oh man, I got to go edit the pod. I got to go put that together. Da, 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 da. Like, that's where my mind at now. I don't give a fuck what's happening in this meeting no more. So, like, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I really wish that there was a way to create a real unity of purpose that everybody would stick to. But like you said, the reason why shit don't change is because we can't organize and we refuse to find that kinship with each other that we're supposed to have. We would rather be at odds with each other because we think the shit is cool. So it is what it is.
Like,
yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
like, even down to those meetings, like, you gotta follow a structure. You have to.
Yes.
And if you don't follow a structure, you're gonna get that circular shit.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's format. It's formats to meetings.
That's why you have a chairperson. Absolutely.
You know, it's formats.
I don't think most people realize that though.
Yeah, you got a bunch of niggas with a gripe, or you're gonna hear a bunch of gripes.
Oh.
we done had some of them meetings recently, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of niggas with gripes and bickering and shit. Like, nobody gonna want to wait for the other person to finish. They don't give a fuck what you said. I gotta say what I gotta say, and it's fuck all y'all. You know what I mean? Like, nah, it gotta be a format, man. But niggas gotta stick to it. Niggas gotta stick to it.
Because when they don't, like, I hate an unproductive meeting, man, is an energy killer. It's a vibe killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if y'all know y'all all supposed to be trying to accomplish the same goal, but then you get in this meeting and it goes on for 3 hours and nothing gets resolved, and you leave the meeting feeling like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate leaving the meeting feeling like that. I'd rather leave the meeting, even if it's like one or two things that we agreed on that need to be worked on, that need to be, you know, that can progress this shit forward, then cool. Like, I feel like it was a success, you know what I'm saying? As long as we didn't take 5 hours to get to that point. But yeah, I don't care if the meeting's 30 minutes. If we have a 30-minute meeting and it leads to nothing, I just feel like I could have done something else with that 30 minutes, yo. I got so much other shit to do. Like, I could have just skipped this. So yeah, fuck all that. Like, my goodness, man. PPN fam, thank y'all so much, man. I gotta get out of here. I got somewhere I gotta be. But thank y'all so much. Happy MLK Day to everybody. Yeah, I hope you have a dream too on everything. I hope you have a dream too, and I hope you fight for it with everything you got, because that's the only way you're gonna get anything in this world. On behalf of Pretty Kings, Echo Limitless, of course, my brothers, Mojo Barnes and ethemadassassin, I am Seven Da Pantha. Thank y'all so much for your time. Make sure that you subscribe, rate us, comment, like, share, all of that good stuff. We are back on YouTube now, so thank you for checking in with us on Rumble, but we going back the way y'all niggas used to going, because y'all don't want to click no extra shit. So, so
gotta give them the link
on YouTube. Oh yeah, I will most definitely. I put the it's youtube.com /@Pantha Politix. Simple.
That too. I meant the other one too. We gotta always promote the link.
Oh yeah. You
Gotta
know
promote
what?
the link.
At the end of the video, there's gonna be a QR code on the screen. Just scan it. Take you everywhere you want to go. Take you anywhere you want to go. It'll take you to everything. I promise you. We're on all the streaming platforms, wherever you listen to podcasts. I have heard that there's an issue with Apple Podcasts. I'm getting that taken care of right away. Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for everything, man. Mojo, thank y'all, man. This is gonna be a great year. I already feel it. JB, what up? All purpose in the building too. What happened?
Hey, don't cut off the video when you end this.
Don't cut it off when I end this.
Nah,
okay.
I got
No doubt.
Recording.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you covered. No doubt. All right.
Record.
Well, we'll catch y'all on the flip side, man. Y'all know what it is. One.
Cool. All right.
It's still recording. It's still recording.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
So I mean, he has a cut point at least. So
Gotcha.
no. So like even to what you were saying, like with no matter what we doing, every time we post, at least put the link up there. Give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like don't make motherfuckers have to go type some shit.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, it's hard to do
Like,
that on Instagram though. Like I can do it on Threads and on Facebook, but like on Instagram, it's kind of.
We could even do it here though. Like, you know how when we turn the camera off, image could be the QR code.
Factory, no doubt. I'll make the QR code and put it in the chat. I got you.
Right. Cause well, no, it's because of how you're posting. It's because you keep posting reels. Post a story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, sure that because I can't put the link in the story. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, just keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, of course, like, you know, make your official post. But if you want that link to go out, always do the story. That's why I never do the reel, if anything, because I could only add the link into the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like again, like it's something that was taught at me done one year, and it just makes sense, bro. Like at the end of this shit, motherfuckers need ease of access. Period. The fewer buttons they gotta press, the better. So
No
if
doubt.
they see the link, just click the link and go from there. Like if they gotta type some shit in, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So like I get mad at motherfuckers now when they do that shit. Like motherfuckers, I want you to see something, and they'll send me a goddamn screenshot. Nigga, I can see in the screenshot this got a link to something. Send me the link.
Facts. Hey, nigga, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, like you want me to see it, send the link. You know what I mean? So like that's how we gotta try to make it easy for motherfuckers to access shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, so like even with the QR code, that's a great idea, especially if they're watching it on their, you know, I mean they might have to, you know, be watching on the computer to scan it or whatever, but it's still a great idea because it gives them somewhere to go. Because I didn't know this shit until yesterday. Because I was asking a friend of mine for an email to whatever he wanted to get paid through, like a pay facilitator or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the nigga sent me a QR code to send to somebody else. And I'm like, bro, like how the fuck is this even gonna work if he's just using his phone? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know on the iPhone you can actually just press the QR code
And it'll scan it, yeah.
and it'll scan it and it'll take you to the link. I didn't know that. He didn't know that either though. But I didn't know that.
I can do that on my phone too. Depending on what the depending on how they send it to me. If they just send it to me directly, like even if it's a screenshot, I can do it. But sometimes if it's a screenshot, I have to like cut out everything else around it and then just do it. But
oh, for real?
Yeah, but like if they just send it to me directly, I can just scan it on my phone. Yeah, that shit's easy.
If they send you the code, you got to just press on it on the phone and go to it.
Yeah, and it'll bring up
the
little thing and say, "Hey, here's the link." And I just tap that and it'll take me straight to it. Yeah, it's
See, mine don't even do that. Like it's like I gotta press that motherfucker, and then it's like a little menu to come up, and I gotta go to the end where it says, "All right, open the link." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Oh, okay. So yeah, it says when I do it, it says open in browser, and it says and it gives you what the URL is, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one. Boop. Okay, go.
Nice.
It does that if I scan it through the camera or if I do it that way. So yeah, that shit's kind of I think it's kind of dope. It saves me a lot of time and shit. So
Yeah, definitely scan the camera. It just pulls up the like open up this link. But like if I'm pressing a photo of the code, it's gonna give me a menu. I gotta shift through real quick.
Oh yeah, I feel it. Disco light. I'd be in this bitch wild, dog.
Look like you're searching for ghosts.
Paranormal activity.
Ooh, motherfucker. Ooh, right. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like we gotta be active about that link. Like always post a link.
No doubt. And what I'm gonna do is I'm also going to send Because on Rumble, I was able to split all 3 podcasts up into their own channel under one account, but I just created 3 channels. So Sidebars has its own channel, Pantha Politix has its own channel, and All Purpose has its own channel. So what I'm gonna do is make sure I put in the chat what all of the different URLs are, but the QR code will bring them to the link tree, which will take them, which they can just pick whichever one they want to go to.
Right.
Yeah, I got to get that Apple Music shit taken care of, that Apple Podcast shit taken care of. That was because that was our biggest audio platform. Spotify is growing, but yeah, got to get the Apple shit fixed. I still don't know how that happened.
Well, you got to think about demographics. Like, so remember, I keep saying, I was like, bro, like if I could get my Spotify to match my Apple, I could quit my job.
No doubt.
The older generation, they fuck with Apple. They just fuck with it. There's a lot of niggas with iPhones, so they're gonna fuck with Apple. Like, you know what I mean? Like Spotify, they just don't. Like most people I know who got Spotify got free accounts. Like they don't even realize, like, why should I pay for it? I'm like, nigga, you don't have no problem with the fact that you can't listen to the album how you want to, like it's gonna shuffle on you. You can't fast forward to the record. Like you don't got no problem with that.
You just gotta listen to whatever the fuck going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So
that shit crazy. I could never imagine even remotely using Spotify that way. That shit's crazy. I can't do it. I got to have control of my music, yo. I gotta have control.
Exactly. So like, but see, even knowing that that's the thought process, understand why people don't fuck with a lot of music. They only fuck with what's easy.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
I mean, so same thing with this. Like we got to give them the link out the gate.
Okay. Like, go ahead. I'll start doing more story posts. I actually realized the other day, I was like, man, I think the easiest way for me to do this, and I was doing it today. That's why I kept looking like I was reaching over doing shit while we was potting. I was making notes of places that I wanted to potentially clip shit at. So I to make it easier for me when I go back in. I gotta get up. I gotta go. I got a speech I gotta give at 2:00.
All good.
That MLK Day shit. Fucking A. Check out, got the purple Panther John. Oh, you can't even see that it's purple because it's dark as shit in this bitch. But yeah, but that's
keep that in mind. The audience you want, you know what I'm saying? Like it's an age thing when it comes to the platform.
Sure indeed. Okay, so yeah, I'll get that Apple thing taken care of, and I'll get that QR code and the links and shit into the chat ASAP. It'll probably have to be after this. I'm getting ready to interview Unlearn the World at 4:30. So once I get done with that, I can get everything else done. Y'all check out the Trade Out interview. That shit was pretty dope. That shit came out really dope. It didn't even feel like an interview. We was just talking.
That's the
homie.
I was surprised.
He spoke highly of you.
No doubt. No, that's my guy. We know of a lot of the same people. I gotta listen to it. Because I don't know how deep you got into his story.
We did a pretty smooth dive. We didn't really talk about music much at all, actually.
You talked about him going to prison?
We did talk about that. Yes, we did talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got that experience in common. So yeah, we talked about that and talked about a lot of shit that kind of ties our experiences together, as well as some of the different shit we experienced. We talked about the whole HBCU experience and all of that shit. So yeah, like it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I plan on listening to it later today. I got some work I gotta do. I've been trying to utilize my time more focus wise, I guess.
I feel it. Hell yeah. I feel it. Shit, we all got to do that. I feel you. Hell yeah. All right, bro. Shit. Y'all be easy. I will get that info to y'all ASAP. And shit, I'll let y'all later, man.
All right, bro.
Peace.